being recorded.
Very good evening, guests who joined us today, our guests of honor sitting in our hall, one who benches humanity, the students of all our esteemed faiths. I welcome you to this exclusive community resource session, Reassociating Angels Women in History. What makes this meeting particularly unique is after the span of 2 long years, this meeting also features celebrations. Today, I feel very happy sitting in front of us and having a conversation with you, which we rarely do so in the past days. So, thank you, Uma, for joining us today. And we feel proud to have the session there to have organized this event. So, a huge round of applause for this spirit once again. I do welcome all of you who are sitting and also the students and the parents who are connected with us live on YouTube at this very moment. It is the grace of Almighty that we are here sitting together, and we can only hope that we continue safe and sound with this spirit in the times to come. And with this prayer, I would now request all our dignitaries to please proceed forward for the landline ceremony. So, please.
नमस्ते शारदे देवी काश्मीरपुरवासी त्वामहं प्रार्थये नित्यं विद्यादानं च देहि या श्रद्धा धारणा मेधा वाग्देवी विधिवल्लभा भक्तजिह्वाग्रसदना क्षमादि गुणदायिनी नमामि यामिनीनाथ लेखानं कृतकुन्तला भवानीं भवसन्ताप निर्वापणसुधानदि भद्रकाल्यै नमो नित्यं सरस्वत्यै नमो नमः वेदाङ्गवेदान्त विद्यास्थानेभ्य एव च ब्रह्मस्वरूपा परमा ज्योतिरूपा सनातनी सर्वविद्याधिदेवीया तस्यै वाण्यै नमो नमः यया विना जगत्सर्वं शश्वज्जीवनमृतं भवे ज्ञानाधिदेवीया तस्यै सरस्वत्यै नमो नमः यया विना जगत्सर्वं मूकमन्वत्सवत्सला या देवी वागधिष्ठात्री तस्यै वाण्यै नमो नमः नमस्ते शारदे देवी काश्मीरपुरवासी
Thank our dignitaries once again. Well, whenever we do something, we need to understand the relevance of it. This ceremony is a symbolic of hope. This ceremony tells us that no matter how dark the times may seem to be, there's always light. In the past 2 years, the world has come across the most derailing and the unconventional experiences, specifically if you talk about the education world at large. And it was only the spirit and might of the Bhagavanites that kept us going. It was only the dedication of the entire team that made this virtuous schooling in the past 2 years possible. But once again, the humanity is regaining hope. We are taking the course back to normal. So it's again a shift from the new normal to the normal once again. This thing, as I say, seems pretty easier, but is actually not. 2 years is a big time, and now it will take time to harmonize the broken eggs. We need to realize that this time needs a different amount of planning. It needs a different strategy altogether. And that is why this session is very important because we are going to ponder upon all these questions and how to strategize and plan for our kids after these 2 years. So, to reciprocate the feelings of this might, spirit, and optimism in the form of the rhythmic notes, I now present to you the students of our music society, Pehchan, for a beautiful rhythmic performance in front of you all. A huge round of applause. A beautiful and inspiring performance. I hope you all will agree. So can I just go around the applause once again for these young folks? Thank you. Parents, this session is a mark of not only the beginning of a new session, but it is the beginning of a treaty of trust and mutual understanding. Today, with the changing dynamics of time, it's very important for all of us, you as parents and we as mentors, to understand that how important a role we play in shaping the academic personalities of our children. And thus, the school wished to begin this journey through a shared platform that caters to clarify these doubts and apprehensions, which might still be lingering in your minds. And we are thankful to all our eminent personalities who agreed to provide for this occasion, supporting us for this course. Because motivation is the source of ultimate success. And by success here, I don't only mean bagging first rank in class. By success here, what I mean is overcoming your individual fears that you might still have while we continue with this new session in complete physical mode. And this motivation will remain partial if it only comes from the school and the mentors. In this cause, we require the support of the parents, and that's very important. And that is why this session is even more important. So, what we can wish at the end is that the session at the end bears the desired fruits. And at this point, on this note, I would want to introduce to you our guest speaker for today, my coach and fascinating personality, Mr. Kamalit Singh. A huge round of applause for them, everybody. A teenage mindset coach, renowned TEDx speaker who has been an inspirational sensation for more than 75,000 students. His Josh talks on transforming one's depression into motivation. Life skill before life slips. The secret of 21st century kids has been an on-field motivation. Well, talking about him, he is a multi-talented personality. Not only that, but Sir has been motivation for edu leaders from various esteemed institutions, turning success principles by successful principles, leaving an everlasting imprint, carrying out the mission of revolutionizing education. Sir believes that the role of a parent in shaping a child's mindset is as important as that of any other skill. His recent TEDx talk at Shivaji College was also keen on the importance of proper parental regulation as a significant step in this said direction. He has been working in the area of eradicating any gaps which a child might feel after joining the sports band after a gap of 2 years. So it's not everyone's privilege and honor to hear from him today, and we thank him for actually accepting the invite to this event. A huge round of applause for Mr. Kamalit once again. And on this note, I request the Honorable Principal Sir to present us all with a plant drop in the form of a well-fitting gesture and a symbol of our prosperous collaboration. A huge round of applause, everyone. Life is a bundle of happiness. Undoubtedly, I hope that we all talented in what they have to offer. But there are only a few hands that contribute to make it happen. And this is actually share your problem, everyone listening. The second personality for whom we often address is the powerhouse of Badhan. He's not bound to any introduction. He's been a consistent support and presence and an enthralling personality fabricated in the very soul of this school. Yes, my friends, I'm talking here about a special guest for the day, an eminent speaker, a vibrant presence, Sri Ramesh Kanparji. A huge round of applause for him, everyone. Convener at Akhil Bharatiya Vidyaas, Sir is an inspiration coach, an expert on meditation and yoga. He has been working ardently to keep within our youngsters the spirit of our culture alive, one of the most powerful aspects in today's education. His unconditional Simply thanking you won't be enough. But at the least we could do is express our heartfelt gratitude. Okay, that we continue to be the one right. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. A huge round of applause for Mr. Ramesh Sampaji once again. And now, before I just humble request sir to please present Ramesh Sampaji with Gandhar, making the prosperity of this auspicious occasion. Can the round of applause continue, please? Our own public school, as we all know it, was a courageous vision of a legend, a lesson rightfully loved. We saw how to meet the challenges were inimitable. And it's only because of his dreams that Bal Bhavan was conceived. Rather, we can say Bal Bhavan dream was conceived. We cannot imagine anything without emotional connection. And unforgettable that was Gandhar's vision was truly magnificent. A huge round of applause for that was once again. What makes Gandhar special was that he traveled by stepping into the unexpected. Gandhar led with humility and presence. His presence here amongst us, a huge round of applause for him. Not only Gandhar, but Gandhar used to always say that leaders should start from very low. The motto from low to greatness before greatness, not for the sake of vanity, but actually it establishes us to ensure that every student's character is marveled by the required goodness, which basically is followed by greatness in life. So, the intensity of your dreams and commitment that you show towards this institution is not simply a matter of words. It can only be experienced and lived, and we are lucky to have lived through it. Thank you, sir, for being a conscious support. Thank you, sir. So, I have heard this word legacy time and again. This word actually this word legacy was just amazing. I'm confident to put a few things on the stage to conduct this or as a representative to conduct this. Let's try and understand this. Our program basically does not focus on materialistic riches of life. You know, like money, name, fame. These are very superficial things. People can grab them, gather them, but of course they're very ephemeral. They won't stay forever with you. The actual riches of a character is more durable. When we talk about today's time, the technological advancements, the so-called the smartphones that look at various gadgets, sometimes morality is being compromised. I hope every parent who's sitting here would agree with me that in your professional lives, you sometimes have to compromise a little bit because person as human consideration can be, in certain conditions, tagged as incompetent. So, the most important quality that as a leader one should possess or an unmatchable task should be when you are able to shape a part of the world, but at the same time keep the morality inside your character alive. And that's why this next personality is very important to be mentioned. And we are talking about before Mr. Ramesh. Ramesh Sampaji has changed the life of entirely India by keeping pace, actually, not only keeping pace, but himself to register the name of Bal Bhavan amongst the most elegant institutions. He has just achieved, rather established, something that's beyond imagination. So, thank you for providing us with the spirit that never gave up on trying. That's the motto that he goes by. Always keep trying, and I don't think that we could be any leader if I was successful. Thank you once again for all the contribution that he has made. A huge round of applause for Mr. Ramesh. Hallelujah. And I won't be leaving him last here because all of you know that each success story has faces that operates in the background. Identities choose to remain behind the curtain, but we know very well that these success stories are not happy. Karikam and school senior with head, Miss Neha Gupta ma'am. A huge round of applause. Miss Neha ma'am, due to certain prior arrangements, could make it to this day. But without her, many students would be complete. Yes, everyone, their contribution were uncontested. Education for freedom had not been discussed. It has never been a part of this work requirements of the school policy. We thank all our educators for providing us this platform. A huge round of applause for all of them once again. When we talk about pandemic and lockdown, these two phases, somewhere in the past 2 years, have become or left an everlasting imprint on our lives. No matter how much do we want, we can't get rid of it. But congratulations to one of the most important stakeholders, which luckily is present amongst us, our parents. Your role was not less than that of the frontline warriors, because during that time, you also had to take up all the professional urgencies that you had. You also had to attend to each and every task that you were managing at home, but still you stood with your children bravely. You never gave up on them. And it's only because of your courage when, as a school today, we say that we are ready for the post pandemic phase. It's only because you helped us to achieve this. So, here, a big round of applause from my side to all the parents. Thank you for your contribution and collaboration. Lockdown was an unexplored arena for all of us to give the best out of the constrained set of possibilities that we had. And you'll be happy to know that as the entire team, we worked on a very unique blueprint this time. It began with collaborating with one of the most esteemed names, Microsoft. Of course, the steps were gradual, but soon we gave the much required revolutionary push to the education. From a single virtual morning assembly to the entire virtual education front, from organizing an inter-house virtual competition to inter-school competition, today we've been able to establish state-of-the-art virtual ATA lab learning hub. And it gives me immense pride when I announce that this learning platform that began with the motto of helping our children learn that how can their learning contribute to society has given us something very special. Of course, and it's very important for me to share it with you because it was just your collaboration that helped us make this possible. Thanks to your support that till date, the school has been titled, and please mark it, the school has been titled 8 years School of the Month by Niti Aayog 9 times straight in a row. It deserves it. Not only this, but this journey saw major milestones being crossed. From virtual to hybrid to blended and for that matter, physical classrooms once again. We always abided by the National Education Policy 2020 documents. Our classrooms provided technologically friendly but joyful experiences. And let me tell you, experiential learning, art integrated learning at Balgovan are not simply words. Rather, they are very much interwoven in the DNA of the school. So, what we believe is providing your children with the best. And that too, that can help them on the very ground when they move out in the society. So, this school is a mini prototype of a society. And that's what makes it way more special. During these times, our achievements, of course, I am not exaggerating any fact, but they were off the charts. But there are only a few mentions that I would like to make here. During these times, the school gained a very important title of the Microsoft Showcase School. Can we have a huge round of applause on this side? I'm going to explain it. Microsoft Showcase School, this award registers us amongst those leading names that are contributing to imbibe and further explore the changing dynamics of the academic movement. And that tells you that how much the team is trying to bring the best to your children. Followed by that, the school was also honored to receive the title of School of Innovation Award at Youth Hackathon. It also followed Global School Award 2021 at Global Education Summit on Skill and Vocational Education, organized by CED India. And the list, of course, goes on. But one more award that basically gives us actually pride, and it is a mark of your trust. International Pride Award 2021 for being the most trusted school for quality education. So it is for the motivation for the entire team to keep progressing and giving the best to your children. And on this motivational note, and without any further ado, I know I've taken much time. I would request our guest speaker for the day, Mr. Kamalji, to please take over the stage. Thank you, sir. And please, everyone, a huge round of applause.
Am I audible? Am I visible? ये 2 साल चलता रहा. Am I audible? Am I visible? Yes. नहीं सुनाई तो पढ़ना, but I'm just sharing with you that this kept on going for 2 years. Am I visible? बच्चे ने कैमरा बंद कर दिया है, and बच्चा पूछ रहा है, मैडम आप दिख नहीं रहे हो. That has happened, right? Yes or no? Yeah. So we all had last 2 years. They were tough, and we all stayed through. Good evening, everyone. देखो बच्चों में कितनी एनर्जी है. Yes or no? Let's do a quick try. देखते हैं कि यहाँ से ज़्यादा आवाज आ रही है यहाँ से. Good evening, everyone. Strategically, they are smarter. इन्होंने assess कर लिया कि यहाँ से कितनी आवाज आ रही है, and इन्होंने अपनी आवाज बढ़ा दी. And you know they say that अगर parents में energy होगी, तो बच्चों में भी होगी. Would you agree? वो कह रहे हैं हमारे पेरेंट्स में हो ना हो, हमारे में कूद के भरी है. Good Lord, I really appreciate the energy. And it is indeed an honor and a pleasure for me to be here with all of you. Thanks to Sarah, the entire management from Bal Bhavan Public School, and all the teachers involved. Event शायद 1.5-2 घंटे का हो, देखने में 2 घंटे में खत्म हो जाता है, पर उसके पीछे बहुत ज़्यादा तैयारी लगती है. Would you agree? So to all the people involved, the teachers, the students, and everybody, including yourself, give a huge round of applause. There was this special batch. बच्चे जो आए जिन्होंने आके परफॉर्म किया, that was so heart touching. I was telling sir, तो दिल को छुआ हो गया. The performance was very heart touching. Did you all like it? Yes. वो जो जांबाज बच्चे जिन्होंने आगे आके, that they have given this performance, give them a huge round of applause. All of you are my champions, right? So they did very well, and there was something very divine about the whole presentation that they did. Like last 2 years went by, and last 2 years were challenging. Yes or no? ये उसमें भी आवाज ऊंची है. Yes, they were challenging. They need work. And I was sharing with her that I was leading a session, and many parents ने जल्दी पूछा था, you were happy about the fact that अब बच्चे जो हैं स्कूल आ रहे हैं, and parents were very happy. Are you happy about the fact that kids are returning to the school? Yes. Parents कह रहे हैं शुक्र है, they're going to the school, right? And कितने बच्चे हैं आपके? Let me understand that part. ये जो journey है ना, ये 3 stakeholders की है: school, parents, and kids. And that's 3 stakeholders यहाँ present हैं. Yes or no? ये best बात है इनकी. So, and I think a lot of you, I see parents, it's a combination of parents, kids, and of course people from school. Now, parenting can be difficult, and jitna bhi kuch ho raha, whatever is happening, let's say the stage is being set up, the schools are getting back to offline mode, it was a hybrid mode. ये सारी जो भागा दौड़ी है, ये किसके लिए है? हमारे बच्चों के लिए. Yes or no? All of it is for our kids, right? Yes. अभी बच्चे कह रहे हैं कि थोड़ा सा ध्यान से करना पड़ेगा. Yes, sir. Right. So now let me see. I see a lot of parents there. And how many of you are parents with a single child? जिनका एक बच्चा है. बच्चे से खुश हो तो पूरा हाथ ऊपर कर लो. How many of your parents with two kids? दोनों हाथ ऊपर, दोनों हाथ ऊपर. Is there a police station nearby? They look arrested. अच्छा जिनके तीन हैं, वो दोनों हाथ ऊपर और एक पैर. And जिनके चार हैं, उनसे मैं अलग से काउंसलिंग रूम में मिलूंगा. And maybe tomorrow, being the Sunday, हम चाइना की जो टिकट है वो कटवा के आपको चाइना भेजेंगे. Times have changed, and I never failed to share this. I was leading a session with parents in one of the schools in Goa, and आगे ना grandfather बैठे थे first row में. And grandfather को देख के समझ आता था grey hair, white hair, face से वो दिखती है maturity की grandfather है. And I looked at him and I asked him, sir एक बात बताइए, you are a grandfather. Looks to me like that you are a grandfather. He said, of course I am. And मैंने कहा what brings you to a session जो कि parents के लिए हो रहा है? And he said, मेरे बच्चों के पास तो टाइम था नहीं, मैं अपने बच्चों के लिए आया हूँ, so that I can get something and share with my kids. Isn't that beautiful? Yes. So I asked his grandfather that आपके टाइम पे और अब के टाइम पे चीजें बहुत बदल गई हैं. Yes or no? Things have changed. And I asked him आपके टाइम पे कितने brothers and sisters थे आप लोग? How many brothers and sisters you were? And I'm asking this to a grandfather. Can you guess उन्होंने क्या बोला कि वो कितने थे? Who said 70? 7 to 8. 7 to 8. I was afraid actually. 7 to 8. Any other guesses? Okay, 7 to 8. 13. Okay. 7 to 8. 12. 12. Okay. Anybody else? 9. Anybody else? So she's saying 20. Now, this is getting dangerous, by the way. Anybody else? 8. Okay. Let me go here. You had your chance. Anybody here? How many? 8. Okay. Anybody else? Okay. 6. Anybody else? 7, 8. Okay. Total got 15. Okay. Anybody else? 13. Okay, I think. Who said 11? Who said 11? All right, so there you go. All right, so he said 11. Right, so give him a round of applause. By the way, sister related though. And he said हम 11 थे and मैंने कहा आपके बच्चों के कितने बच्चे हैं? And he said total करके बताओ या average? And I said you can give me an average. And he said 1.5. And I said 1.5 बच्चे नहीं हो सकते. And he said आपने कहा था average करके बताइए, किसी का 1 है, किसी के 2 है, तो average कितना हुआ? And I realized इसकी इनसे ज़्यादा बात करना risky हो सकता है. And I said but tell me one thing, मेरे से भी रुका नहीं गया. And I said आप लोग 11 थे, बच्चों के बच्चे जो है 1 या 2 क्यों है? And there was a lady sitting at the back somewhere, and पीछे से एक बड़ी तेज की आवाज आई कि हमारे टाइम के 10 और आज का 1. ये देखो सर मैंने नहीं बोला ये आवाज यहाँ से आई है, ये आपने अपने आप बोला, right? So times have changed, and so does our ideas about education, our ideas about raising our kids, our ideas about what success means to us. Because success can be a very broad term. Everybody can have their own definition. So the perspectives को जो है बदलना पड़ेगा. And जब मैंने कहा कि parents, are you happy that the kids are returning back to the school? तो बड़ी खुशी everybody said yes. But you know what? Last 2 years, not only for us as adults, for teachers, just for about everybody, इन बच्चों के लिए भी ये पिछले 2 साल बहुत मुश्किल थे. And शायद हम ये भूल गए हैं कि इनके लिए भी उतने ही मुश्किल थे. Give each child a huge round of applause who dealt with that. Yes, kids, tough times 2 years. Some of them were एक महीने तो बहुत मजा आया, छुट्टी, and उसके बाद boring. What's happening? हम अपने friends को नहीं मिल पा रहे, all of that. The times have changed, and we have to now adapt to the new ways. Last 2 years, teachers had to, so we had about 1-2 weeks for the teachers to flip the entire thing, the transition from offline to online. कितना ही time था शायद हमारे पास? about 2 days. 2 दिन थे जिसके पीछे एक समझना था कि आगे होगा क्या, how do things unfold, and उन 2 दिनों में भी there's a lot that was being done. So give a huge round of applause to the teachers. Also, education system collapsed now because had teachers given up, the education system would have come down. Yes or no? So जब मौका मिले ना टीचर की तारीफ करने का, तो वो छोड़ना नहीं है, right? No conjuicy out there, right? So let's begin and understand a few things. So I'll take your help to change the slides, and if you can help, is it around here? Okay. Works for me if you. Yeah. Okay, twist. So the twist is that 2 years back it was offline, and suddenly the twist came and became online. 2 years went by, and now there is another twist. We are getting back offline. So journey में up and downs लगे हुए. Yes or no? Yes. ये वाले बड़े अच्छे बच्चे हैं. Yes. So this is what everybody is. And so let me have a child be a volunteer. Any child who can be a volunteer. Last one. Come over. Run. Run over to the stage. Okay, great. What's your name? Aryan sir. Okay, give Aryan a round of applause. He has no idea what he has signed up for. He has really no idea. But the best part is, बिना सोचे उसने कहा कि किसी ने पूछा कि कौन volunteer करेगा. He showed up his hand. That takes a lot of courage. Yes or no? So पहले तो इसके courage के लिए आप तालियां बजाइए. जो ये भगड़ा की परफॉर्मेंस देने वाला है, उसके लिए भी कैसे मार. Right now his heart is pounding. मैंने क्यों हाथ खड़ा किया ये ना? That's what he's probably thinking now. Right? Okay, so I'm going to give you a twist up, and all you have to do is you have to just repeat that. ठीक है? Are you ready? So you have to say upper roller, lower roller, upper roller, lower roller, upper roller, lower roller, upper roller, lower. वो तेरा पहली गलत बोल तक के भेज दे. बात ही खत्म. Upper roller, lower roller, upper roller, lower. Thank you. ये जितने लोग हंस रहे हैं सबकी बारी आने वाली है. अपर बोलो, आप बोलो, लोअर बोलो, मैं बोलूँगा. अपर बोलो, अपर बोलो, अपर बोलो, अपर बोलो. But did you see जब हम अकेले कर रहे थे तो एक अलग था, जब इकट्ठे करने की कोशिश की तो बेटर हुआ. That also signifies that teamwork makes a lot of effort. Yes or no? अभी मन में सोच रहा होगा कि मैंने क्यों हाथ उठाया. That's what he's thinking. I know that. Don't you worry. Give him a round of applause. And please, thank you very much, Arun. It takes a lot of effort for these kids to, come up and say things. And speaking to sir, and हुआ था कि पिछले 2 सालों में बच्चे बिल्कुल घर में रहे हैं, not being able to go out. So कहीं ना कहीं वो stage performance and all of that was not happening. Yes or no? And it's important that they come over their shells and they do other things. And जो इशारे कर रहे थे ना कि मैं करूँगा उनकी बारी आएगी. Yes, sir. Madam. Now let's celebrate. 2 years, long time, and we were wishing that finally the schools open up. Yes or no? Yes. आपका reason क्या था उसके पीछे वो मुझे नहीं पता. You were really wishing the schools should open up, right? In fact, the kids also. Kids, you wanted the schools to open up? Yes or no? Yes. I think with that kind of energy, it also calls for some celebration, right? So now that schools are opening, let's celebrate the whole. I love the word Madam used. It in itself is a moment to realize that finally dunya wapsi back to regular हो रही है. Yes or no? Yes. Good news? That's good news? Yes. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll do some quick gestures, and so there are 3 words: back to school. right? So we are going to do like this. Back to school. मेरे हाथ पे माइक है, आपके दोनों हाथ फ्री है, right? So back to school, back to school, back to school, back to school. Wait. कुछ लोग बड़े आलसी हैं. उन्होंने क्या किया है? Because the best part about being on the stage is यहाँ से सब दिखता है. उन्होंने ऐसे ही हाथ रखा. So yes, okay. So do remember, if kids will see the parents हल्के में कर रहे हैं, वो भी मैसेज चला देंगे, right? Let's do it properly. Back to school. Back to, you can say that. Back to school. Back to school. Back to school. Back to school. Change. Thank you. Thank you. Now keep that spirit alive. Some people would like कि आप कैसे भी करते हो, मैं अपने हिसाब से ही करूँगा. Yeah, but the beauty in the moment is that life is coming back to school, because a school is only a school with the kids in the school. Yes or no? And let's celebrate that. And we really hope that this goes on like this forever. Right? The three sets, life has changed totally. There was a time जब marks के पीछे बहुत भागा दौड़ी हुआ करती थी. Yes or no? बच्चे कह रहे हमसे पूछो. Remember, as parents were sitting here, if you remember your own times, and if you remember our own times, our parents would say कि बेटा तुम्हारी distinction आ गई ना अंदर तो बल्ले बल्ले. I love the word, So अगर distinction आ गई तो बल्ले बल्ले हो जाएगी, right? And then somebody would get the distinction, and I never got the distinction, by the way, up until grade 12. And then parents would say कि बेटा तुम्हारे कितने आए हैं? And the poor child would say, Mom, मेरे ना 76, 77 आए हैं. And the first question that the parent would ask is, highest कितने थे? Yes or no? And kids can relate. And they're saying, ask us हमारे पे क्या बीती है? Yes. So times are gone, and today when a child comes back home and says, you know what, Mom, Dad, I scored 75. And the parent looks at the child and says, Nalayak, मैं सारा साल बोलती रहेगी, पढ़ लो. And the best part is the mother is looking at the husband and saying this, मैं आपको भी बोलती रहेगी कि इसको देख लो. And you kept on saying, कर लेगा. But today, I don't want to touch your academics. What I really want to talk about today is that the reality is changing. पिछले 2 साल में लोगों ने किसी और सिटीज में बैठ के कहीं और जॉब की है. Yes or no? किसी और कंट्री में बैठ के कहीं और जॉब की है. Yes or no? And ये प्यारे बच्चों ने घर से बैठ के एग्जाम भी दिए. Yes or no? उनका हमारे दिल के लिए सुनो. That's that. So kudos to you what you could do being at home. And I want to introduce 3 sets to you. How many of you would want your kids to be happy? कितने parents हैं जो चाहते हैं हमारे बच्चे खुश हो? Everybody, right? Raise your left arm up. How many of you would want your kids to be successful? Raise your right arm up. And how many of you would not raise your hand, no matter what I ask? ऐसे भी है, right? So I want to introduce 3 sets to you, and this is one mantra that works very well in the 21st century. Since ये message parents के लिए भी है, ये message बच्चों के लिए भी है, and ये message उन सभी लोगों के लिए है from the बाल भवन community who is watching this. Right now, the 3 sets are: number 1 is a book set. Number 1 is so ये वाली side बोलेगी book set. 1, 2, 3. Book set. Okay, which means the academics and the curriculum and the syllabus and the subjects that we study. And the second one is skill set. So this side will say skill set. Book set अच्छा था, skill set. Skill set. Okay, got that. So skills can be soft skills, it can be hard skills, it can be technical skills, it can be a general skill of a child, it can be in terms of singing, drawing, painting, it can be anything, right? And the third one is a mindset. ये कह रहे हम क्या बोलेंगे? I'll tell you what will you say. You will say all 3 of them together. 1, 2, 3. Pretty sharp, by the way. Give them a round of applause. People sitting here are saying कि हमारी क्या गलती है हम बीच में बैठे हुए थे. So an applause to everyone. So on a very serious note, जितने बच्चे हैं यहाँ पे, can you wave at me? All right. For the kids out there, ये आपके लिए भी है. Your studies are equally important. Your skills that you develop equally important, and the mindset that you develop is equally important. You know, कुछ बच्चों से अगर आप बात करो ना, आप बड़े होके क्या करोगे? And हंसते हंसते वो बच्चे बोलते थे मैं ना धक्के खाऊंगा. ऐसे मतलब आप क्या करोगे? अंदर से मैं तो धक्के खाऊंगा. ऐसे बात. Why do you want to get? धक्के क्यों खाने हैं? जैसे कि तो घर पर पेरेंट्स यही कहते हैं कि तुम बड़े होकर धक्के खाओगे. So that's what used to be the idea. And you know, all the parents out there, I know कि आपकी जो intention है ना, ये बोलने में बहुत beautiful intention होती है कि हाय मेरा बच्चा ना कुछ अच्छा कर जाएगा. Yes or no? The intention is always very good, right? लेकिन बच्चा कई बार गलत मैसेज पकड़ लेता है. Yes or no? बच्चे बड़े notorious है. See, look at him. So skill set, mindset, and book set. This is the combination that is going to help kids move forward in life. And आपको भी उससे adapt करना है. And sometimes parents are like कि बाकी सब कुछ छोड़ दो अगर तुम्हारे नंबर नहीं आए ना. So yes, marks are important, academics are important, but at the same time don't leave out the skills and the mindsets. Overall development, holistic development is very, very crucial, especially post pandemic. Are you with me? Are you with me? ये मेरा favorite lot है. So the three sets, madam. The three best, you know, I want to talk about, I want to address both the audience, but bhi, parents, and they say that this entire journey, you know, last 2 साल बच्चे जो हैं, they have been with the parents, yes or no? Majority of the time. And so ऐसा कभी नहीं हुआ कि लाइफ में बच्चों ने अपने पेरेंट्स के साथ इतना ज्यादा टाइम स्पेंड किया हो that they have done in the last 2 years. Yes or no? आप उसको लेके खुश हो या नहीं हो is a different matter. We'll not get into that part. But then there's something that I want to talk to parents about, especially कि कुछ टाइम में difficult गया है, and we don't know what is there in the future. We hope everything goes in the right track. But there is one thing that I really want to talk about, and I want to share a story with all of you. How many of you like stories? All right, I see that. अच्छा जिन्होंने हाथ नहीं भी उठाया ना उनको भी सुननी पड़ेगी. So once what happened, Abhishek, a small little child about 5 years old, he came back from school very happy, very excited, and he tells his mother that, Mama, I learned about traffic signals. And the mother said, what did you learn about the signals? And Abhishek says, Mama, red means stop. And the mother looks at him and says, ये पापा को भी बताना है आज. So he says, red means stop, blue means go, and yellow means watch. And so the mother says, let your father come. Papa जैसे ही शाम को आएंगे, will probably send you on a car ride with him, and you give him instructions कि पापा ये red है, ये green है, ये yellow है. So the family goes out in the evening. The father takes him out and he says, Papa, red means stop. So the father stops, and then the signal goes green and he says, Papa, let's go. And ये सारे चल पड़ते हैं. And then it's yellow and Abhishek says, Papa, watch. They come back home. Abhishek is very happy. A few days later, the family goes out for a wedding. शादी पे जाते हैं, and वहाँ से रात को लेट आ गए. रात को 1:30-2 बजे हम आ रहे हैं, and the family is returning back. And Abhishek notices कि गाड़ी बहुत तेज चल रही है, and सामने red light है. You know, there's a red light, but the car अभी भी तेजी से चलती जा रही है. And he says, Papa, red light. And Papa looks at Abhishek and says, बेटा रात को चलता है. So Abhishek's father crosses the red light, and Abhishek, the little child, is now confused. ये हुआ क्या? दिन में मैडम कह रही थी कि red means stop. समझ आई नहीं बात. So next day, छोटे बच्चे जो होते हैं, the smaller ones, they're very expressive. Yes or no? They say whatever they have in their heart. And Abhishek goes next day to the school, and he meets Kavita madam, and he says, Kavita madam, मुझे ना एक complaint करनी है. And ma'am says कि क्या बात है बताओ. And he says मुझे ना मैडम ने ना सुबह सिर्फ दिन के रूल सिखाए थे, रात के रूल तो बताए ही नहीं. So to my all my dear parents out there, चाहे वो छोटे बच्चों के parents हो, चाहे वो बड़े बच्चों के parents हो, there are three best parenting ideas that work in helping your child become the best version of himself or herself. And you know what are these three? The first one is be a role model. Be a ये reminder देंगे आपको. Be a role model. And number two is a little complicated. So I want the आप अपने हाथों को, you know, put them on your ears. कानों पे रख लीजिए अपने हाथ. नहीं बंद नहीं करने हैं. ऐसे रखने हैं. And bend forward. थोड़ा सा forward आइए. Yeah. Listen to this very carefully. The first one was be a role model. Listen to the second one very carefully. A little complicated. Bend forward. Be a role model. Can you guess the third one? Intelligent audience here. Please give yourself a huge round of applause. Correct. The more I speak about being a role model, the less you know, because this is something that stays with your child for a very long time. And I urge all the parents, I request all the parents, given how things have been in the last few years and otherwise, बच्चे जो हैं already stress में, tension में, there are a lot of things that have gone off the track. So it's time that you show them the path and be the right role model. Is that a deal? Is that a deal? ये वाले promise में ना parent की आवाज बैठ गई है कि कैसे करें promise. Is that a deal? Can you show me a thumbs up? Photographer, सर इनकी फोटो ले लीजिए और जब कभी कोई गड़बड़ी होगी तो हम वही वाली फोटो निकाल के दिखाएंगे. ये देखिए इसमें आपने हाथ खड़ा किया. Can you promise? So very crucial for you to see whatever is being said to the child can have an impact on him. So it should be a great role model out there. Okay, what does this is interesting. What does half of one look like? Right. So let's understand this through an activity. Are you ready? I love your energy. Are you ready? कुछ ऐसे लोग हैं जब बच्चों ने बोला आगे मत ना अपने कान ऐसे ऐसे कर रहे. My God. So that's I like it. So let's do one thing. Let's stand up. Everybody, let's stand up. Anybody with any challenges with knee or pain in the neck? बहानेबाजी नहीं असली वाले. Yeah, can take a seat and just if you want to be seated, okay. And be seated. And everyone take a seat if you want. And अब हम क्या करेंगे? थोड़ा सा स्पेस बना लीजिए. अच्छा स्पेस है फ्रेंडली बनाना है. कोनी मार के स्पेस नहीं बनाना है. साइड हो. You know how kids would do in the classrooms? Yes. You know, so you know, it's giving me a feeling already by looking at people. Ki side ho. It's giving me a feeling the classrooms are coming back. Yes or no? Yes. What we'll do is. Are you all ready? Yes! You guys are phenomenal. Everybody has to make an attempt, right? And all of you will stand. ये लोगों ने हाथ जोड़ने की प्रेयर होने वाली है. ऐसा नहीं है. प्रेयर हो गई है. मन में करना चाहते हैं तो दोबारा करेंगे. रोज करिए दिन शाम रात करके. But अभी नहीं होने वाली है, right? So all you have to do is you have to stand with your one leg up in the air. ठीक है? Then I'm going to say 1, 2, 3. अच्छा कई लोग बहुत ही होशियार हैं, उन्होंने पिलर का सपोर्ट ले लिया. ठीक है? Independent of any support, right? Independent of any support. So you all have to stand on one leg. When I say 1, 2, 3, are you ready? ये तो मुझे लगता है छत पे ही चल जाएगी. We are not stopping. So 1, 2, and I'm going to come down from the stage and actually see कि सही से हो रहा है या नहीं हो रहा. And when you fall back, जब आपका नहीं सपोर्ट बना, एक बार ही और अटेम्प्ट करके देखिए. सेकंड टाइम में भी नहीं बना so just leave it. Right? Are you ready? Yes, sir. 1, 2, 3. All right, it's interesting to see what's happening. Some kids are very smart. उन्होंने chair का support ले लिया. So no support, no support, no support. Good job. No support. अच्छा गिरी है तो सिर्फ अपनी कुर्सी पे गिरी है. So that's important. I see the kids there. Yes. सब साथ में अगर अपना स्पाउस आया हो ना तो उसी का हाथ पकड़ना. दिक्कत हो सकती है. One more. I think a lot of you are fumbling. We have medical help available तो गेट पर आ गए पीछे हालात वही है. That's what is happening. ठीक है. अच्छा बस हो गया तो what you can do is take your seats and give yourself a huge round of applause. Honestly tell me, मुश्किल लगा? एक तो ये वाला ग्रुप है और ये वाला ग्रुप है. आप कुछ भी कर सकते हो. But generally what I saw was that struggle हो रही थी. Some people were very smart. उन्होंने ऐसे करके because stage से सब दिखता है, right? जैसे वो CP plus कैमरा नहीं होता. I am not promoting that by the way. And some parents were like, what about support the opposite? And it became very difficult. And somebody was like, simply had fallen back in the chair. छोड़ो मैं जा रही हूँ वापस chair. That happened. I could see the struggle happen. And what we tried to do was full body was intact. सिर्फ एक body का part हमने lift कर लिया था थोड़ा सा. And we had the challenges that we faced. Now with this, I want to give a perspective, because challenges हमने 2 साल में बहुत देखे हैं. And I want to give you a slight perspective that the challenges की definition क्या होती है, right? And क्या हमारे challenges हैं या नहीं है? Are you ready? Yeah. Lights to be off. आगे की जो lights हैं, lights can be turned off. Okay, we're good to go. I want to introduce you to somebody, and his name is, and if we change this, and okay, for that. So, can you play the link? And this link we played. यहाँ की भी अगर lights अगर off हो सके, that would be helpful. If we can, and this can be on full screen. Volume was okay.
I just love life.
I just love
I
life.
love life.
I love life.
So many
people come and say, "How come you smile so much?"
And I'm like, well,
it's
a long
it's a long story.
She was busy in the streets, every her next needs. Maybe no one, 'cause in her mind there is more to life than being someone. Deeper down, she has
The desire for me to be independent and live a normal life and a full life is a dream of mine. I really just want to put limits aside, live life to the fullest, and just going for it. To overcome an obstacle, you have to realize where you are, and to visualize yourself overcoming these obstacles. To focus on the positive things that we do have, using everything that we have to the best of our ability.
'cause in her
Many people look at me and say, "Nick, how come you're smiling? How come you're so happy?" And I want to be like you. And I don't mean like, I want to be like you in a prideful way, but they see the strength in me.
You look at me
and you want the confidence that I have.
You want the smile.
You want the smile that I have. Many people ask where it's from. And tonight I'm going to tell you where Nick's smile is from.
You're beautiful, just the way you are. looking for her next mate. Maybe he will be the one. 'Cause in her mind there is more to life than being someone. But deeper down she has found the one who makes her love. So she is looking hard in all the wrong places. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. Just the way you are, you're beautiful. You're beautiful.
Let's do it again.
Just the way you are.
For me, this one is very, very moving. ये दिल को छूती है, yes or no? No arms, no legs, just limbs, and he can dive, he can swim, he can do horse riding, he can do swimming, he can ride, he can do different other things, and he can do flips, he can play soccer, he can play golf, he can run, and कई बारी हम अपने चैलेंजेस में फंस जाते हैं कि पहले ना 8:30 को जॉइन करना होता था, काम चल जाता था, अब वो स्कूल खुल गए हैं, अब कितने बजे उठना पड़ेगा? क्या हमारे चैलेंजेस इतने बड़े हैं? You're getting the message? You are way bigger than your small little challenges here and there. Yes or no? Everybody in the hall, everybody in the auditorium would say, put your hand on your heart, put your hand on your heart, and say, I am powerful. I am powerful. Some parents are saying, हाँ ये बच्चे के कारनामे देख के तो मुझे मालूम ही है बड़े. Not that way, right? I am powerful. I am bigger than my challenges. I can do what I will to do. I can do what I will to do. I am bigger than my challenges. I am strong. I am happy. I am a force of nature. Yes, and you are indeed powerful. Give yourself a huge round of applause. Anchor this for myself. Anchor क्या होता है कि आप एक चीज अपने लिए सेट कर लेते हो. Every time I face a challenge or I think of a challenging situation, I think of Nick, the guy, Nick Vujicic. I think of him, and I realize that ये तो छोटा मोटा काम है, हो जाएगा. So remember that you are strong, you are powerful. Yes or no? Yes. And all the parents हम कई बार बच्चों को कह देते हैं तुम्हें धक्के खाने पड़ेंगे. Don't you worry. धक्के नहीं खाएंगे, because sometimes in the market I see a mother saying, नालायक वो देख रहे हो प्याज की रेडी, यही तुम बेचोगे. And the child says, Mama, no, come on, I got some standards. वो देखो मोमोज वाली. So what I want to say is that your child is very powerful. The mind that your child has is very powerful. Respect the big mind that the child has. Well, okay, yeah. So I want to share something with you. This is very powerful. I've been in the country and outside to learn and study about psychology. And I have learned something that जो हमारे beliefs है ना, they are everything. Our belief is everything. If you believe that you can't do it, you'll not be able to do it. If you believe that you can do it, you'll figure out the way to do it. So belief is very powerful. And this context, में बच्चों के context में, I really want to share something with you. Just the other day, last week I was in a school and there was an orientation happening. जो केजी वाले बच्चे हैं वो फर्स्ट में आ रहे थे. It was a graduation ceremony that was happening and छोटे छोटे बच्चों ने 5 साल के बच्चों ने परफॉर्मेंस दी and after 2 long years 2 साल के बाद बच्चे परफॉर्मेंस दे रहे हैं. Is it okay that they'll forget? भूल सकते हैं? Yes. कोई लाइन आगे पीछे हो सकती है. सडनली इतनी सारी ऑडियंस देख के 2 साल के बाद बच्चा घबरा भी जा सकता है. Yes. That happened on that day and this child could not completed his performance and वो बेचारा बच्चा स्टेज से उतरा and the mother said कि तुम्हें ना स्टेज पे जाके पता नहीं क्या हो जाता है. स्टेज पे जाके पता नहीं क्या हो जाता है. And I realized that she is saying it from a point because बहुत मेहनत की होगी, टीचर ने भी की होगी and parents ने भी की होगी. But you know what happened in a child's mind, right? ये बच्चों ने भी ध्यान से सुना because this can impact you and you have to challenge the belief, right? I'll help you see how. अब बच्चे को हमने thought दिया, we gave a thought to the child कि पता नहीं तुम्हें स्टेज पे जाके क्या हो जाता है and we keep saying that to the child, right? So anything that goes into a child's mind time and time again, it goes on auto-repetitive mode and it becomes a belief for the child. बच्चे का ना belief बन गया उस बच्चे का छोटे का कि मुझे ना स्टेज पे जाके पता नहीं क्या हो जाता है. तो next time when teacher says, कविता मैडम ने बोला कि बेटा आपने ना पार्टिसिपेट करना है, तो मैडम क्या वो खुशी खुशी पार्टिसिपेट करेगा? करेगा? मैम से no, what do you think? Correct? नहीं करेगा because कहीं ना कहीं मन में है कि पता नहीं क्या होगा स्टेज पे जाके. Yes, and when that happens, let's say कि जोर जबरदस्ती करके हम ले आए स्टेज पे, तो बच्चे के एक्शंस में स्टेज पे कॉन्फिडेंस दिखेगा? नहीं दिखेगा. और रिजल्ट क्या होगा? That what he wanted to do, the way he wanted to do that, वो वैसा रिजल्ट नहीं निकल पाएगा. Yes or no? So 2 angles to it here. All the parents, show me your hands. Yes. Now, anybody and everybody watching otherwise also, when we're giving a belief to a child, be careful कि वो empowering है या disempowering है. क्योंकि हमारी intention तो अच्छी होती है लेकिन कई बार हम गलती से एक disempowering belief बच्चे को दे देते हैं और वो बेचारा बच्चा सारी जिंदगी वो belief को लेके चलता ही रहता है. Yes or no? बच्चे कह रहे हैं हमारी दिल की सुनो, हमारे साथ क्या हो रहा है. And on the other side, all the kids out there, when somebody gives you a label, all the kids, can I see your show of hands? Yes? Okay. Are you there? Yes. When somebody tells you something and says that, you know, तुम्हारे से ये नहीं होएगा, you know, you can't do this, and you have to remind yourself of 2 things. One is Nick Vujicic, the guy, उसको याद रखना है, और सेकंड ये याद रखना है कि कभी मैंने पास्ट में कुछ ऐसा करके दिखाया that was different, और एक बार वो मेमोरी आ गई ना, हाँ मैंने अच्छा काम किया था, I could do something that was difficult, you will stop believing in that belief which is disempowering for you. Is that a good deal? Yes. So Nick को भी याद रखना है what you have done good in the past, उसको भी ध्यान रखना that I've handled challenging situations, right? And एक बार हमने बहुत सालों से चलता आ रहा है, पता नहीं कितने सालों से, एक belief that has been passed on to us. It's called PPPNL. आपने सुना? PNL तो सुना होगा, right? But PPPNL नहीं सुना, right? सुना होगा. I'll tell you how. It stands for पैसे पेड़ पे नहीं लगते. सुना है? Yes. Now, this is an example of a belief which gets passed on from somebody to the next generation. And what it does is, it can probably hamper your relationship with money. Right? कितने लोगों ने किसी को उधार दिया है कभी? Honestly, अच्छा पैसे मांगने में दिक्कत आई है कभी? Yes. पैसे किसके हैं? मांगा किससे नहीं जा रहा? परेशान कौन है? परेशान कौन है? पापा. I get that. ठीक है. So what happens is, it has to do something with the belief that we acquired early on जब हम छोटे थे. You know, some belief related to money. So my humble appeal to all the parents out there is कि बच्चे को सिर्फ empowering belief देना है. Is that a deal? Yes. कोई पूछ रहा वो सारी बात तो ठीक है लेकिन वो पैसे निकाले कैसे? Right? उसके लिए separate session होगा, right? So we'll call that session a Vasuli session. So our role as stakeholders, and this is my concluding point. We have 5-7 minutes. I need three volunteers in the sense of parents. मुझे ना parents से either fathers or mothers. And चिंता मत करो भंगड़ा performance नहीं होएगी. Just don't you worry. So yes please आ जाइए. And I need to आ जाइए. अच्छा आप 1+1 आए हैं क्या? Brother, ठीक है. Come. Give them a round of applause. And, ये जानते होंगे कि मैं इससे भंगड़ा करवा सकता हूँ. उसके बावजूद भी ये आए हैं. That's encouraging. So your name? Dipti Ranjan. Shubhrotam. Akeshi. ठीक है. Now I was talking about our role as stakeholders on the side of the parents because नया एक phase शुरू होने वाला बच्चों ने स्कूल में आना है. There will be a lot of new things and initially teething issues हो सकते हैं. There can be some initial teething issues हो सकते हैं. Right? So initially कुछ issues हो सकते हैं. But I want to get clear on role as stakeholders. Shubhrotam, right? आप इनका नाम कुछ और है ये कह रहे हैं यही एडजस्ट कर लेता हूँ because मैं सीखने में टाइम लगेगा. Yes or no? No worries. So what's the name? My name is Shubhrotam. Shubhrotam. Okay, got that. अभी खुश हैं या नहीं है लेकिन चलो ठीक है. So let's say आप बीच में आ जाइए. आप इधर आ जाइए. Now the child is going to come back to the school after for 2 years. Yes, March की बात थी, April में बच्चे आने हैं. थोड़े कुछ जल्दी बैंक almost 2 more years. Now the child is coming back to the same environment after 2 years. अभी कुछ ना कुछ आदतें बिगड़ी हुई हैं. Yes or no? कौन सी बिगड़ी हुई है? इन्होंने सारी पोलें खोल दी. Get that. So games and late rising up and all those issues, screen issues. And now he comes back to the school and the teacher has been preparing. I think teachers have been preparing very hard to welcome the kids. Yes or no? Now I'll probably give you the title of a teacher and you are the parent. ठीक है? ये student है. ये आप ही का है. ठीक है? ठीक है? आप ये आपका student है and आपका जो बच्चा है. पर्सनली नहीं है ना, ये सिर्फ एग्जांपल के तौर पे है ना, बिकॉज़ पता चले यहाँ से मैं बाहर निकलूं और बाहर युद्ध हो रही है. There is some fight going on. So the teacher gives some instructions to the child and about कि बेटा you have come late on the day 1. अब day 1 पे late आए हो, the time is 8 o'clock. Nevertheless, start getting used to it. He goes and says, Papa, अभी ना कल से ना जल्दी ड्रॉप करना. And he says, oh okay, ठीक है. कल से जल्दी ड्रॉप कर देंगे. Next day, he's again late. So the teacher says, "Beta, you're again late today. Just see to it कि ये आगे ना हो." ये बच्चा जाके क्या बोलेगा? पापा कल से थोड़ा सा जल्दी चलेंगे और पापा वो रेड मील स्टॉप होता है तो उसका ध्यान में रख के चलना है. Right? So स्पीड भी ध्यान में रखिए. It happens that he's occupied with something. So the next day, he comes to the school and teacher ends up giving some instruction. Let's say छोटे बच्चे हैं तो instruction दिया कि बेटा we are celebrating a colorful activity. ऐसा होता है. We are celebrating a colorful activity. तो आपने ना multi color glaze papers लेके आने हैं कल और बेटा आना टाइम पे है. ठीक है? क्योंकि सुबह एक्टिविटी है. Right, and the student ends up asking कि कौन से कलर के लेके आने हैं and the teacher says कि आपने green लाना है, blue लाना है, magenta लाना है, pink लाना है, blue लाना है and a few other colors. So he goes to the house and he says, Papa, एक तो कल टाइम पे पहुंचना है, दूसरा ये रंग बिरंगे ग्लेस पेपर्स लेके जाने हैं, कल कोई एक्टिविटी है और सुबह 8 बजे तो मैं टाइम पे पहुंचूंगा तो फिर एक्टिविटी हो पाएगी. कई बार बिजनेस टेंशंस होती हैं. यस और नो? जॉब प्रेशर्स होते हैं. यस और नो? आपको कौन से जॉब प्रेशर होते हैं? ये पता है ये बच्चे आपको रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं. I बेचारे मेरे मम्मी पापा, so they're probably representing you. And he says, पापा ये सब सामान ना तैयारी करके शाम को लेके आना सारे place papers. Evening he comes home and ये ना भूल गए अपनी tension में place paper वगैरह लाने भूल गए. And he ends up asking Shubho, Papa, oh no, oh my God, mixed matter. He says, Papa, आप place papers लेके आए हो? And he says, बेटा मैं ना परेशान हो चुका हूँ तुम्हारे इस चक्कर में, ये रंग बिरंगे वाले चक्कर में, मैं भूल गया नहीं. And he says, Papa लेके आओ. And he goes out. By that time, the shops are closed. दुकानें बंद हो गई हैं रात को. Now he comes to school the next day without place papers, and the teacher ends up asking, कि बेटा show me your place papers. And जो छोटे बच्चे होते हैं ना दिल की सारी बातें कर देते हैं. इनके आगे से जवाब देते हैं फिर कि मैडम आप लोगों ने ना मेरे पापा को दुखी कर रखा. तंग आ गए मेरे पापा. और भी कुछ बोल रहे थे मैं बोल नहीं सकता. Right, so you know, yes, ये दिल की बातें आपको निकालनी है जो. Yes. So now this child is puzzled कि चल क्या रहा है. इधर कुछ और चल रहा है, यहाँ कुछ और बात चल रही है, स्कूल में कुछ और चल रही है. Right, so he's confused. You know, our role as stakeholders is to ensure, parents and the school is to ensure कि हम partnership में चलें. Because आपको लगता है आप अपनी जगह ठीक हो, right? As a teacher, you are an expert educator. आप ठीक guidance दे रहे हो, आप बच्चे का हाथ पकड़ लो in support. What is hand? Sanitizer hand? Okay. Because the parent also feels, you know, I raised the child. मैंने बच्चे को पढ़ा कि I know what I'm doing. आप बच्चे का हाथ ये कह रहे मैं ठीक हूँ, वो कह रहे मैं ठीक हूँ. इसको नहीं समझ आ रही कौन ठीक है. ठीक है, आप अपनी तरफ खींच लो, आप अपनी तरफ खींचो, खींचो खींचो खींचो. इससे पहले कि आसपास हॉस्पिटल जाना पड़ जाए. सो बीच में सैंडविच किसका बना? और आपने सैंडविच, whenever you notice something not being right, address it. ठीक है? Okay. Now what I'm trying to say is, initially keeping issues open. Give them a round of applause. And I have this is my favorite, but I'm parting ways with it. So please, thank you. Okay. ये काफी देर तक रुके हुए थे, मुझे लगता था ग्लेस पेपर लेके ही जाएंगे आज. So you know, what it says is, can you go to that slide? अच्छा, टेक्नोलॉजी में कभी मेरी वाइफ की तरह बिहेव करती है. जब मैं ज्यादा बोल रहा होता हूँ ना, तो बोलने में ज्यादा बोल. So, all right. So can you go to the next one? Okay. Further. It's again like my wife. अब मैं और नहीं सुनूंगी तुम्हारी. So, that's fine. So if it comes, just let me know. बस अब तो तुम्हारा बहुत ही हो गया. The final message. Yeah. One back. Our role as stakeholders on both the sides is trust, right? Trust the experts. School was opened in which year? Yes. 1967. So 33 साल हो गए, 22 साल ये हो गए, 55 साल हो गए. Yes or no? Would you trust 55 years of experience? Yes. So trust the experts. Yes, they know what they are doing. They understand what's right for them, for the kids, and trust them. Second is कि जो वो हमारे बच्चे के केस में हुआ था, respect नहीं हुई थी. Respect the teachers. Yes, crucial. बच्चों ये आपके लिए भी है. ये बड़े मजे से thumbs up दिखा रहे हैं हमें. You know, so everybody, you respect the teachers because everything is being done by them. And all the parents out there, understand that last 2 years have been very difficult, not only for you, but also for the kids, also for the teachers, also for the institutions. So have understanding. Good deal? Yes? Support your kids in their goals, in their life goals. हर बच्चा डॉक्टर इंजीनियर नहीं बनता है. Is that okay? Some parents are like, मैं डॉक्टर हूँ, तुम नहीं बने ना अगर. You know, so support their goals. They might have different goals than you have, right? And finally, P stands for teamwork. Work in a team together. Good deal? Yes. Madam, तो पहले यहाँ लड़ाई चल पड़ी है कि मुझे डॉक्टर नहीं बनना और मुझे फोर्स किया जा रहा है. So, A to Z. Now, very quickly, who can say A to Z in about 7 seconds? A to Z. Come. Run. What's your name? Anshika. Okay, Anshika, 7 seconds start now. 1, 2, 3, go. इन्होंने ब्रेकफास्ट तो ठीक किया था, लंच शायद थोड़ा सा इनका मिस हो गया, बीच में थोड़ा बहुत खा गए, राइट? बट शी कुड डू इट इन अबाउट 5-6 seconds. So I have something. Give her a round of applause. Very simple, right? One more. ये चॉकलेट के लिए जितने हाथ उठे ना, जो one of you come. ये कह रहे स्नीकर तो मैं भी नहीं छोड़ूंगा. I think be here. I'll have to do something. इसमें टाइम है. So A to Z in 7 seconds. 1, 2, 3. First you will go. 1, 2, 3, go. इसका ना लास्ट में मन डेली मिल्क पे आ गया. इसका ना मुझे स्नीकर नहीं चाहिए. इसको स्नीकर कैंसिल. He is very upset about it. For that. So we'll give him a round of applause. Who wants sneakers available? ये कह रहे मैं तो जो हाथ में है ना वो छोड़ना नहीं है.
A B C D F G H I J K L
इसकी जो ABCD वाली टीचर थी ना, उसको एक बार दोबारा मिलवाओ. ये बच्चा 2 साल में पढ़ाई से बड़ा अलग रहा है. उसने एक बार हो जाता है स्टेज पर, क्यों राउंड ऑफ अप्लॉज. One last moment here, and the game changes. पेरेंट भी स्नीकर के चक्कर में हाथ खड़े करके बैठे. चलो give her a round of applause. Vanshika beta, you will get 5 sneakers. ठीक है? 5 sneakers. ये में ट्विस्ट है थोड़ा. आपको Z to A बोलना है. Z to A बोलना.
Z to
Give her a round of applause. Thank you. ये होते हैं आजकल के बच्चे. अच्छा बेटा बाकी मैं पेटीएम करूंगा. And you know, the way you handle the situation, so calm and so composed. She says, मुझे फर्क नहीं पड़ता. Z to A. Good job. God bless you. Give her a bigger round of applause. What I want to say is वो तो situation handle कर गई. Yes. लेकिन real life में sometimes we prepare our kids for A to Z metaphorically, कि हाँ बेटा ऐसे करो ऐसे हो जाएगा, ऐसे करो ऐसे हो जाएगा। 2 साल पहले किसी ने नहीं सोचा था जो हुआ। Yes or no? We were not prepared for that. So that was actually a demonstration of we were ready with A to Z, and life threw at us a challenge which was Z2A, and we got to be prepared for Z2A. एक थोड़ा जुगाड़ू स्टाइल में, अभी जैसे हमने एक लाइव डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन देखा, कई बार टेस्ट होता था बिल्कुल कि नहीं ऐसे नहीं चलेगा, प्रॉपर करना पड़ेगा, राइट? So one has to be ready for that too, right? And a challenge for all the kids out there, all the students out there, you have to learn, you have to rather practice Z2A. Yes, and all the teachers out there, when they return back to the school, make them work and help them learn Z2A. That will help their brain understand कि हम आज तक तो ऐसे चल रहे थे, but sometimes you have to go against the regular routine. Yes or no? किसी शरारती बच्चे ने पता क्या बोला कि सर आप करके दिखाओ। But now that we've done that, so let me do that for you. Z Y X W V U T S R Q P O N M L K J I H T F E D C B A. So be ready for the challenges, and initial 1 month or so, तो challenges थोड़े बहुत आएंगे, मुंह नहीं फुला के बैठ जाना, deal with them. Yes, so be gracefully look at the challenges and deal with them. And my final slide. What stress in life, man? I want to reduce your stress, and let's do a quick activity which will bring your stress levels down. Are you ready? Maybe not the mic, but you have to look at the activity carefully and do it the right way. Are you ready? So put your hands in the front like this, and a gesture bana lijiye like a gun. Okay. Join both your thumbs. This will reduce your stress levels like anything. It's a very powerful technique from the Himalayas. Join your thumbs like this. Join your thumbs like this. Thumb पे ना pressure बनाइए. Thumb पे थोड़ा सा pressure बनाओ. Press the thumbs towards each other. Now take these thumbs right over your head. Don't you worry. Let's separate it. So parallel बनना है. Keep the elbow parallel to the ground, right? Parallel, right? So when I say 1, ठीक है? यहाँ थोड़ा सा stretch पड़ेगा. When I say 1, just drop it. And when I say 2, focus ऊपर लेके जाना. Are you ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. यहाँ 300-400 लोगों ने भोला करके दिखाया है. So now nobody can say that I can't dance. Everybody and anybody can dance. Now, the message I want to give you is to all the parents and all the kids: set a goal to be happy. Set a goal to be happy and have fun. She's doing it very well. She's saying, set a goal to be happy. I like the way she did it. So that's important, because जिंदगी बहुत uncertain है. तो जो छोटी-छोटी चीजें हैं, उसमें खुद भी खुश रहना जरूरी है. और ये बच्चों को भी सिखाना that enjoy the small little things, because life passes by like anything. Yes or no? Yes. So put your right hand out, bring it over your left shoulder, and pat yourself for being a great audience. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay. Here I can only say that my words to thank him would fall short. तो पूरी ड्यूरेशन में सर ने हमसे यस सर बुलाया, आपने यस सर कहा. Finally on the count of 3 आप सब कहेंगे thank you sir. So 1, 2 and 3. Thanks a lot sir for this enlightening session. Once again a huge round of applause for Mr. Friends, being part of the edu industry, we've come to realize as mentors that education, and I would like to emphasize upon this, education should be like the fragrance of a plant. किसी फूल की खुशबू की तरह, that reaches to everybody without any sort of discrimination. And today, even after when colleagues showed us the video of Nick, if I'm right, and the kind of courage that Nick has shown, it tells us the importance of inclusive education. That is also the most important doctrines of national education policy 2020. And exemplifying this very spirit, since we believe at Baldwin that education is a right for all, beyond any caste, creed, cult, any sort of disability, it is a right that should be provided to all. We today mark on 2nd April World Autism Awareness Day. And with a pledge to create a world where all people with any sort of limitations that they achieve the full of their potential, we would like to present a small video in front of you all that is prepared by our little students, telling or trying to give you a message which I hope you will see. So let's have this video, please.
थोड़े से धीमे हम थोड़े मासूम हैं, थोड़े से भोले हम थोड़े नादान हैं, फिर भी जज्बात है कुछ कर गुजरने की, आंखों में सपने भी दुनिया बदलने के। हम में भी है जोश और हुनर, मुश्किलों भरी है राह मगर, जिंदगी से जिंदगी में खुशियां है गुजर, बस थोड़ी सी अलग है डगर। है नौ की हर अदा मन के हम राजा है, नफरतें किसी से ना प्यार से ही नाता है, जो थामो हाथ तुम हम भी साथ चल पड़े, धीरे धीरे ही सही सब हासिल करें। हम में भी है जोश और हुनर, मुश्किलों भरी है राह मगर, जिंदगी से जिंदगी में खुशियां है गुजर, बस थोड़ी सी अलग है डगर। थोड़े से धीमे हम थोड़े मासूम हैं, थोड़े से भोले हम थोड़े नादान हैं, फिर भी जज्बात है कुछ कर गुजरने के, आंखों में सपने भी दुनिया बदलने के। हम में भी है जोश और हुनर, मुश्किलों भरी है राह मगर, जिंदगी से जिंदगी में खुशियां है गुजर, बस थोड़ी सी अलग है डगर। हम में भी है जोश और हुनर, मुश्किलों भरी है राह मगर, जिंदगी से जिंदगी में खुशियां है गुजर, बस थोड़ी सी अलग है डगर, बस थोड़ी सी अलग है डगर, बस थोड़ी सी अलग है डगर।
Probably they don't have a choice, but you all do have a choice. Because compassion and understanding can create a world that perceives every individual with a single eye. And being educators and parents, it is one of prime importance and responsibility that we understand the value of this. And on this inspiring note, I would now like to call upon stage our guest of honor, Shri Ramesh Kanbalji, to please enlighten us further. You can explore in the room.
मुक्तम करोति वाचालं पंगम लंघयते यत् कृपार्थमहं वन्दे परमानंदवान। आज के इस पावन अवसर पर और नव वर्ष के शुभागमन पर मैं सबको बहुत बहुत हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं देता हूँ और परम पिता परमेश्वर से प्रार्थना करता हूँ कि सभी सुखी रहें, सभी स्वस्थ रहें और सभी मस्त रहे। आदरणीय भारत भूषण गुप्ता जी हम लोगों के मार्गदर्शक, प्रेरणा स्रोत, और आज की हमारे मुख्य अतिथि महोदय आदरणीय कमलजीत सर, प्रधानाचार्य आदरणीय विजय गुप्ता जी, कविता जी, और हमारे सभी शिक्षक और सभी अभिभावक और हमारे प्रिय विद्यार्थी। दो वर्ष बाद, एक लंबे अंतराल के बाद जब हम विद्यार्थियों के मध्य पहुंचते हैं तो ऐसा लगता है कि हम भगवान के निकट पहुंचते हैं, क्योंकि हर व्यक्ति के भीतर एक अनंत शक्ति है और मनुष्य अनंत शक्ति का पुंज है। उसके भीतर बहुत बड़ी ताकत है जो असंभव को भी संभव करके दिखा सकता है। यह ज्ञान, यह विवेक, यह शक्ति उसको परमात्मा की दी हुई एक अनोखी और अनुपम शक्ति है। हमने जैसे वीडियो में देखा कि एक व्यक्ति जिसके शारीरिक अंग नहीं है लेकिन वह भी असंभव को संभव करके दिखा सकता है। तो एक मनुष्य ऐसा प्राणी है जिसमें बुद्धि भी है और विवेक भी है। बुद्धि से आदमी सब काम करता है, पशु पक्षी भी बुद्धि से काम करते हैं, लेकिन विवेक से सिर्फ मनुष्य काम करता है। यह विवेक किसका कितना जागृत है यह तो हमारे परिवारों में दिखता है, क्योंकि बुद्धि से तो सभी काम करते हैं। तो बुद्धि पवित्र रहे, विवेक अच्छा रहे, और जब यह अच्छा होता है तो बुरे वक्त में भी व्यक्ति अच्छा रह सकता है। वर्तमान की ज्वलंत समस्याओं में एक बहुत बड़ी समस्या का समाधान एक हमारे सम्मुख आई और सबने संघर्ष किया। बहुत से लोग हमारे बीच में नहीं रहे और बहुत से लोगों को कुछ नए करने की भी प्रेरणा मिली, और बहुत कुछ लोगों ने कुछ नया करके भी दिखाया, और कुछ लोग कुछ नहीं कर पाए। तो यह प्रकृति का नियम है और इसमें ये चलता है। लेकिन समय का चक्र बड़ा महत्वपूर्ण है। समय किसी का इंतजार नहीं करता, वह सतत चलता है, सतत चलता है, और उस समय के अनुसार यदि हम नहीं चले तो बहुत पीछे रह जाते हैं। तो इसके समय के साथ चलें और समयानुसार चलें तो जीवन में बहुत कुछ पा सकते हैं। अब आज हमारे विद्यार्थी हैं, छोटे से बच्चे और अभिभावक, हमारा विद्यालय और हमारे विद्यालय के शिक्षक, ये हम दो परिवारों के बीच की कहानी है। विद्यालय एक गुरुकुल है जहां हम अपने विद्यार्थी को भेजते हैं, अपने बच्चे को भेजते हैं, वह यहाँ विद्याध्ययन करता है और यहाँ के गुरुओं के द्वारा दी हुई सीख को पाकर वह अपने मंजिल को प्राप्त करता है, वो जो बनना चाहता है। और अभिभावक उस मंजिल तक पहुंचाने में उसका जो सहयोग करता है, उसको जो शक्ति देता है, तो दोनों का कितना बड़ा महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका है दोनों की कि उसको मंजिल तक पहुंचाते हैं। और उस मंजिल को प्राप्त करने के लिए जो संघर्षरत होता है वो कितनी मेहनत करता है। तो हम दोनों की बड़ी भूमिका होती है उसको लक्ष्य तक पहुंचाने में, और जब वो लक्ष्य को प्राप्त करता है तो वह सारे काम करता है स्वयं के लिए, परिवार के लिए, समाज के लिए, राष्ट्र के लिए और स्वयं के लिए भी। इसलिए कहने का तात्पर्य है कि पहले मैं स्वयं ठीक हूं, निज पर शासन फिर अनुशासन। यदि निज पर शासन है तो फिर वो अनुशासन कर सकता है। लेकिन जिसका निज पर ही शासन नहीं होगा वो अनुशासन कैसे करे। इसलिए यदि निज पर शासन रखना है तो निज पर शासन रखने के लिए हमें बहुत सारी चीजों को ध्यान में रख करके कार्य करना पड़ेगा। हर अभिभावक चाहता है कि उसका बच्चा, उसको बहुत अच्छी सर्विस मिले, वो डॉक्टर बने, इंजीनियर बने। अक्सर मैं जब कभी अभिभावकों के पास होता हूँ तो मैं पूछता हूँ कि ऐसे कितने अभिभावक हैं जो अपने बच्चे को डॉक्टर बनाना चाहते हैं। कितने ऐसे अभिभावक हैं जो चाहते हैं कि उनका बच्चा डॉक्टर बने। चाहते हैं? कोई हाथ एक बार देखें। आप चाहते हैं, बहुत अच्छा, आप चाहते हैं। उधर भी कुछ लोग हैं। अच्छा, ऐसे कितने हैं जो इंजीनियर चाहते हैं कि मेरा बच्चा इंजीनियर बने, इंजीनियर बने। ऐसे कितने हैं जो सीए बनाना चाहते हैं, बहुत अच्छा। ऐसे कितने हैं जो अभिनेता बनाना चाहते हैं, फिल्म एक्टर बनाना चाहते हैं, वो भी है। अच्छा, ऐसे कितने हैं जो नेता बनाना चाहते हैं, वो हाँ, अच्छी बात है, नेता तो बहुत जरूरी है। एक अच्छी लीडरशिप भी तो होनी चाहिए। हाँ, बहुत अच्छा नेता बनाना चाहते हैं, ठीक है। अच्छा, चलो देखिए, इतने अभिभावक हैं हमारे सामने बैठे हुए, सब डॉक्टर बनाना नहीं चाहते, सब इंजीनियर बनाना नहीं चाहते, सब नेता अभिनेता बनाना नहीं चाहते। अब एक अंत में आपसे पूछता हूँ, ऐसे कितने हैं जो अपने बच्चे को अच्छा बनाना चाहते? बहुत अच्छा, सब बनाना। अब ये जो अच्छा बनना है, ये क्या है? एक डॉक्टर बने तो अच्छा डॉक्टर बने, एक वकील बने तो बहुत अच्छा वकील बने, और एक नेता बने तो बहुत अच्छा नेता बने, और एक अभिनेता बने तो अच्छा बने। अब ये अच्छा कहां से आया? इस अच्छा बनने के लिए एक सर्वांगीण विकास चाहिए। विद्यार्थी का शारीरिक भी चाहिए, मानसिक भी चाहिए, बौद्धिक भी चाहिए, और एक बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है, आध्यात्मिक भी चाहिए। एक व्यक्ति भीतर से बहुत अच्छा है लेकिन बाहर उसका व्यक्तित्व अच्छा नहीं है। एक व्यक्ति बाहर बहुत अच्छा है लेकिन भीतर बहुत खतरनाक है। एक व्यक्ति बाहर भी अच्छा है और भीतर भी अच्छा है, और एक भीतर भी खराब है, बाहर भी खराब है। तो हमें प्रयास करना पड़ेगा कि हम भीतर भी अच्छे रहें, बाहर भी अच्छे रहें। जो व्यक्ति भीतर अच्छा है उसके बाहर भी दिखता है। हम भीतर की सुंदरता को खोते जा रहे हैं। अब भीतर की सुंदरता को जागृत करने के लिए हम क्या कर सकते हैं? भीतर की सुंदरता को जागृत करने के लिए हमें अच्छा देखना पड़ेगा, हमें अच्छा सुनना पड़ेगा, हमें अच्छा बोलना पड़ेगा, और हमें अच्छा खाना पड़ेगा। और यदि ये चीज नहीं है तो बहुत सारी चीजें हम पीछे छोड़ देते हैं, क्योंकि हम एक वैसा वातावरण निर्मित कर देते हैं कि जिसमें वो चीज नहीं हो पाती जो हम देना चाहते हैं। इसलिए हमको एक ऐसा वातावरण बनाना पड़ेगा कि जिससे विद्यार्थी का सर्वांगीण विकास हो और वो प्रसन्नचित्त रहे, खुश रहे। क्योंकि जहां प्रसन्नता नहीं होगी वहां बहुत सारी चीजों का विकास रुक जाएगा। जिस घर में शांति नहीं होगी वहां विकास नहीं होगा। इसलिए लोग शांति की इच्छा करते हैं पर इच्छाओं की शांति नहीं करते, और इच्छाओं की शांति नहीं होगी तो बहुत गड़बड़ हो जाएगी। ये नहीं कि चीजें नहीं होनी चाहिए, चीजें होनी चाहिए। हमारे घर में बहुत अच्छा सोफा सेट पड़ा हुआ है, हमारे घर में बहुत अच्छा टीवी का सेट है, हमारे घर में बहुत अच्छा और सेट है, लेकिन हमारा माइंड जो है अपसेट है। घर में सारे सेट हैं और माइंड अपसेट है तो वो सेट कोई भी हमारे काम आने वाले नहीं है। हमारे घर में कोई सेट हो या न हो, यदि हमारा माइंड सेट है तो बहुत विकास कर सकते हैं। जिसके पास जो है उसको उसमें आनंद नहीं है, और जो नहीं है उसमें वो जीता है, और जो नहीं है वो कभी कभी भी हमको आनंद या सुख नहीं दे सकता।
हमारे पास जो है वही हमें सुख दे सकता है या आनंद दे सकता है। जैसे किसी व्यक्ति से पूछो कि आपको क्या चाहिए, तो वो कहेगा कि मुझे आनंद चाहिए। वो कहेगा कि तुम्हें आनंद क्यों चाहिए, वो कहेगा पता नहीं। तो इसका मतलब उसको या किसी को भी व्यक्ति को आनंद इसलिए चाहिए क्योंकि हम उस आनंद स्वरूप परमात्मा के अंश हैं। उसके अंश होने की वजह से ही हमें आनंद चाहिए। और जब हमें वो आनंद प्राप्त होता है तो हम विपरीत परिस्थितियों में भी वह आनंद वह सुख खोज लेते हैं। पर इसके लिए वो कला आनी चाहिए। वो कैसे आएगी? वो आएगी हमारे एक अच्छे वातावरण को निर्मित करके। जब हम अच्छा बोलते हैं तो अच्छा लगता है, और बुरा बोलते हैं तो कैसे लगता है? बुरा लगता है। हम चाहते हैं कि कोई व्यक्ति मुझसे बहुत अच्छी तरह से बात करे, लेकिन यदि हम दूसरे से नहीं करते तो हमें कैसे मिलेगा? और जब हम करते हैं तो हमें अच्छा मिलता है। तो कहने का तात्पर्य है, मैं अक्सर कहता हूं कि 4-5 चीजें हमारे जीवन की ऐसी हैं, यदि हम उसका पालन करें तो अपने जीवन में बहुत क्रांति मचा सकते हैं, बहुत अच्छा वातावरण बना सकते हैं। एक तो जब हम परिवार में बोलते हैं, हमारी जो भाषा होती है, यदि वो परिवार में ठीक नहीं है तो उसका प्रभाव हमारे बच्चे पर पड़ता है। किसी भी व्यक्ति के व्यक्तित्व का यदि निरीक्षण करना हो तो पहले उसकी भाषा से पता लग जाएगा कि इसके घर का वातावरण कैसा है। यदि घर में भाषा अच्छी नहीं बोली जाती तो कभी भी उसके परिणाम अच्छे नहीं आ सकते। इसके जीवन में भाषा अच्छी रहेगी घर की तो वह बच्चा आगे जाकर के भी बहुत विकास करेगा। क्योंकि हम जो बोलते हैं ना, ये सिर्फ बोलना ही नहीं है, यह जब एक तरंगे वापस चली जाती हैं तो ये बहुत सारी चीजों को निर्मित कर देती है। और जो काम कई बार गोली नहीं करती वो बोली कर जाती है। और बोली का घाव ठीक नहीं होता। गोली का ठीक हो सकता है पर गोली का ठीक नहीं होता। और उस बोली हुई बात का जब तक कोई व्यक्ति उसका बदला नहीं ले लेता है तब तक वो परेशान रहता है। हम कभी कभी होता है, हम कहते हैं उस व्यक्ति ने मेरे से ये बात बोली थी, जब तक मैं उसका बदला नहीं लूंगा मैं चैन से नहीं बैठूंगा। और 2 महीने हो गए, बदला नहीं ले पाए। और हुआ क्या? 2 महीने बाद वो किसी कार्यक्रम में मिला, उस दिन उसको उसने खूब सुनाई और वो शाम को बोला आज मुझे थोड़ी शांति मिली, मेरे मन के जितने उद्गार थे वो सब निकल गए। अब ये 2 महीने का समय जो उसकी बातें थी जो वो व्यक्त नहीं कर पाया था, वो बाहर में उसे कितना परेशान किया होगा ये वही जानता है वो व्यक्ति। तो हमारी जो भीतर की शक्तियां होती हैं, गलत भाषा बोलने के कारण वो सुप्तावस्था में पड़ जाती है, उनका विकास नहीं हो पाता। तो इसलिए कितना जरूरी है कि हम प्रियता के साथ अपने परिवार में रहेंगे। बोले ये बहुत जरूरी है। ये बात बहुत छोटी है लेकिन इसका महत्व बहुत है। यदि हम अपने बच्चों से अपेक्षा रखते हैं कि वो रिस्पेक्ट करे, आदर करे, सत्कार करे, तो हमें वही चीज मिलने वाली है। मैंने देखा बड़े बड़े परिवारों में, मुझे लगभग 7.5 लाख बच्चों के घरों से मैं परिचित हूँ। मैंने देखा है कि जिस घर में दादा दादी की रिस्पेक्ट नहीं होती, जिस घर में उनका सम्मान नहीं होता, तो समझ लो कि अगली बार बारी हमारी भी है। इसलिए अपने से बड़ों का सम्मान करेंगे तो बहुत सारी चीजें हमको प्राप्त होंगी। अभिवादन शीलस्य नित्यम वृद्धोपसेविनः और चत्वारि तस्य वर्धन्ते आयुर्विद्या यशोवनम्। जिस घर में बड़े लोगों का सम्मान नहीं होता वहां 4 चीजें कम हो जाती हैं। और जो बड़े हम अपने से बड़ों का अभिवादन करते हैं, अभिवादन शीलस्य, नित्यम वृद्धोप सेविनः, जब हम अपने से बड़ों की सेवा करते हैं, उनका कहना मानते हैं, उनका आदर करते हैं, तो चार चीजें बढ़ जाती है। आयु बढ़ती है, विद्या बढ़ती है, यश बढ़ता है और बल बढ़ता है, ताकत बढ़ती है। और जब हम वो चीज लेते नहीं हैं तो ऐसे जगह पर फंस जाते हैं कि वहां से निकलना बहुत मुश्किल होता है। फिर जब हम उनको याद करते हैं, उनकी ही कोई ऊर्जा हमें फिर से जागृत कर देती है। इसलिए कभी भी किसी को कोई दर्द हो तो शायद ही कोई ऐसा होगा जो मां को याद नहीं करता। कोई कैसी वेदना में हो तो अपने पिता को याद करता है, और जैसे ही वो याद करता है, पता नहीं कहां से ऊर्जा आती है, वो हमको जागृत कर देती है, जगा देती है। तो इसका मतलब उनके कोई न कोई शब्द आशीर्वाद सुन जब हमारे सम्मुख आते हैं तो हमको एक ऊर्जा प्रदान कर देते हैं। तो इसलिए जरूरी है हमारे अभिभावक वृंद के लिए भी, हमारे खुद के लिए भी, कि हम एक अच्छा वातावरण निर्मित करें अपने परिवार में। और दूसरा बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है कि हमारी जो भूषा है, हमारे जो वस्त्र हैं, हमारे वस्त्र हमारे व्यक्तित्व को कितना प्रभावित करते हैं। हमारे बच्चे बाहर जाते हैं, हमारे बच्चे कैसे कैसे वातावरण में जाते हैं, उनकी वेशभूषा कितनी अच्छी है, वो पहनने में कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, खूब पहने। दुनिया की हर वस्तु जो हमारे लिए उपलब्ध है उसका उपयोग करो, लेकिन वह मेरे लिए कितना उपयोगी है इसका ज्ञान रखो। यदि हम उसका विवेक और ज्ञान नहीं रखेंगे, वही चीज हमारी परेशानी का कारण बन जाती है। इसलिए ये वस्त्र जो होते हैं हमारे व्यक्तित्व को प्रभावित करते हैं। इससे हमारे ये जब शरीर पर होते हैं तो इससे व्यक्ति के व्यक्तित्व का पता लगता है, और जब व्यक्तित्व अच्छा होता है तो वह उसको सुशोभित कर देते हैं। और उसके बाद बहुत महत्वपूर्ण जो है, सब हम खाना खाते हैं, किस वातावरण में खाना खा रहे हैं, किस परिवेश में खाना खा रहे हैं, किसके द्वारा बना हुआ खाना खा रहे हैं, कहाँ का खाना खा रहे हैं, किस समय खा रहे हैं, क्यों खा रहे हैं। यदि इसका विवेक नहीं है तो वह भोजन हमको कभी भी शांति नहीं देगा। जो चीज हमारे लिए नहीं बनी है, यदि हम उसको भी भक्षण करते हैं तो दुखी हो जाएंगे। आज इतने प्रकार के रोग आ गए, हमें पता ही नहीं होता है रोग क्यों आ गए। क्यों? हमें पता ही नहीं है कि इसको खाने से ये रोग प्राप्त हो रहा है। और शरीर ठीक नहीं है तो फिर किसी भी चीज में मन लगने वाला नहीं है। इसलिए इस तन को ठीक रखने के लिए एक अच्छे अन्न की भी जरूरत होती है। मैं विद्यार्थी से अपेक्षा रख रहा हूं कि यह होशियार बने, लेकिन यदि उसको खान पान ठीक नहीं मिले तो उनके लिए भोजन बहुत जरूरी है। अच्छा भोजन जरूरी है, और अच्छा भोजन कम भी हो कोई बात नहीं। मैं तो कह रहा हूं कि एक बाजरे की रोटी खिला दे, एक गेहूं की रोटी खिला दे, जो मेरे घर में है। यदि उसमें माँ का प्यार जुड़ता है, प्रियता जुड़ती है, भाव जुड़ता है, तो वही ताकत दे देता है। बहुत सारी चीजों को खाने से ताकत नहीं मिलती, हमने कितनी चीज किस भाव से खाई है वो हमको ताकत दे देती है। आज हमारा उपवास है, नवरात्रि आज से शुरू है, तो इसमें भोजन वर्जित है, लेकिन हमको पता है कि हम जिस माँ सरस्वती की, माँ आराध्या की, माँ जगदम्बा की प्रार्थना कर रहे हैं, कल से रोजा शुरू होने वाले हैं, हम जिस अल्लाह को मानते हैं, भूख नहीं लगती, ताकत पड़ती है। कहां से आई ताकत? खाया तो नहीं। तो ऊर्जा के बहुत सारे स्रोत हैं, हमको उन स्रोतों की जानकारी मिल जाए तो हम सालों सालों बिना खाए भी रह सकते हैं। लेकिन उस भोजन में हम किस भाव से खा रहे हैं, कितना खा रहे हैं, ये बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है। और उसके बाद मैं जिस परिवेश में रह रहा हूं, यदि वह ठीक नहीं है तो वो भी हमको नुकसान करेगा। तो इसलिए हमारा परिवेश, हमारा वातावरण अच्छा रहे, मैं सिर्फ स्कूल के भरोसे पर ही अपने विद्यार्थी को नहीं रख सकता। स्कूल में 8 घंटा बच्चा हमारा रहता है, विद्यार्थी रहता है, फिर वो घर के परिवेश में होता है। 8 घंटे का जो परिवेश अपने शिक्षकों के साथ विद्यार्थी रहता है वो बहुत महत्वपूर्ण होता है, क्योंकि वो अपने गुरु के पास होता है और सुबह से ही उसको गुरु और शिष्य की तालीम दी है तो अपने गुरु की बात को बहुत अच्छी तरह सुन सकता है। और नहीं तो हम वही कहेंगे कि इसका मन नहीं लगता, इसका ध्यान नहीं लगता, ये होता, फलाना होता, ढिसकाना होता। वो सब हमारी बहुत सारी परिस्थितियां हैं, लेकिन उन परिस्थितियों को भी हम ठीक कर सकते हैं और ठीक करना पड़ेगा कहीं ना कहीं हमको, क्योंकि उसी के लिए हमको एक वातावरण निर्मित करना होता है। तो हमारे जो विद्यार्थी हैं, जो 8 घंटा विद्यालय में रह रहे हैं, तो ये हमारे जो शिक्षक होते हैं, ये खाली शिक्षक नहीं है, इनमें इतनी बड़ी ताकत है कि ये नहीं चलने वाले बच्चे को भी चलाना सिखा देते हैं। हमारा बच्चा हमारा कहना नहीं मानता, लेकिन अपने शिक्षक की कही हुई बात का वो कितना अनुसरण करता है कि मेरी मैडम ने ऐसा कहा। वो हमारा बच्चा इतना मूल्यांकन करता है कि मेरी मैम ने कौन सी ड्रेस पहनी थी, उसने आज क्या पहना था, उसने आज हमको क्या बोला था, आज वो खाने में क्या खा रही थी, पूरा मूल्यांकन करता है, वो हमको बताता है घर में। तो हमारे जो शिक्षक हैं ये कितनी मेहनत करते हैं, कितना परिश्रम करते हैं, और इन 2 वर्षों में हमारे शिक्षकों ने भी जो अपनी भूमिका निभाई है बच्चों के और घर के मध्य हमारे, ये भी बहुत एक बड़ी प्रेरणा मिली है पूरे विश्व को। और हमारे अभिभावक जितने भी हैं ये कितनी मेहनत करते हैं, इनका कितना बड़ा संघर्ष है। इनको सुबह अपने घर की सारी व्यवस्थाएं करनी होती है, नौकरी भी करनी होती है, घर के सारे काम करने होते हैं, बच्चे को भी देखना है। स्कूल में देर हो गई तो गेट के बाहर ही रोक देंगे, फिर अंदर एंट्री नहीं मिलेगी। लेकिन सबके बावजूद भी हम पूरा काम करते हैं, विद्यालय भेजते हैं, और विद्यालय से बहुत अपेक्षा रहती है और रहनी भी चाहिए, क्योंकि यहाँ से कही हुई बात बहुत महत्वपूर्ण बात होती है। तो हमारा विद्यालय परिवार और हमारे अभिभावक परिवार दोनों एक दूसरे के पूरक हैं। हम एक दूसरे का बहुत सम्मान करें तो हम बहुत विकास कर सकते हैं, करते ही हैं। और हमारा जो बाल भवन पब्लिक स्कूल है, हमारे विवेक जी जो है, अभी मैं बहुत सारे स्कूल्स में जाता हूँ, तो क्योंकि हमने तो विवेक जी को छोटे से रूप में देखा, लेकिन आज तो जब विवेक जी को दूसरे स्कूल में जाता हूँ तो आज के दिन विवेक जी को सब जानते हैं और बड़ा अच्छा लगता है। क्यों? क्योंकि इस दिशा में बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं कि कैसे हम शिक्षा को एक नए स्वरूप में प्रस्तुत कर हम अपने विद्यार्थियों के सर्वांगीण विकास में कैसे द्योतक बने। तो सिर्फ मेरा कहने का तात्पर्य यही है, मुझसे ज्यादा अच्छी बात हमेशा ने बताई है, वो एक बहुत अच्छे वक्ता तो है ही, वो भीतर की शक्तियों को जागृत करने वाली उनमें कला है। कमलजीत सर, और आज वो आए, हमने आपका सुना और बहुत अच्छा लगा कि विद्यार्थियों के लिए कितना अच्छा आपका वक्तव्य हुआ। और इस विद्यालय से हमारा बहुत एक आत्मिक लगाव है, और आत्मिक लगाव होने के बहुत सारे कारण हैं, क्योंकि जहाँ आत्मीयता होती है तो वहां बहुत अच्छी मित्रता होती है, और एक मित्र के पास हम जाते हैं तो अपने बहुत सारे सुख दुख की बात करते हैं, और जब अपने सुख दुख की बात होती है तो उसमें से एक नया अंकुर होता है जो हमको जीवन में बहुत प्रेरणा देता है। तो ये हमको आपस में जोड़ता है। तो इसी तरह से हमारे जितने भी अभिभावक वृंद हैं, हमारे जितने विद्यार्थी हैं, हम एक नए भारत का निर्माण करने वाले। हमको सिर्फ अपने परिवार तक ही सीमित नहीं रखना है, हमें अपने समाज को अच्छा बनाना है, हमको अपना वातावरण ठीक रखना है। और जैसे प्रधानमंत्री जी का एक बहुत बड़ा अभियान है कि हम अपने भारत को विश्व स्तर पर पहुंचाएं, तो जब हम एक एक विद्यार्थी हमारा राष्ट्र का नाम रोशन करने वाला होगा, तभी हमारा भारत आगे बढ़ेगा। तो परमपिता परमेश्वर से पुनः प्रार्थना करता हूँ कि हम सब लोग स्वस्थ रहें और इन 2 सालों में हमने बहुत सारी चीजें खोई भी हैं, पाई भी हैं, जी भी हैं और बहुत कुछ अच्छा भी हुआ है और मुझे तो लगता है वैसे ज्यादा अच्छा ही हुआ है, क्योंकि जब तक हम लोगों के पास परिस्थितियां आती नहीं है तब तक हम लोगों की समझ में बात आती नहीं है और जब समझ में आती है तब हम उसको करने के लिए कोशिश करते हैं। अब मुझे लगता है कि जो बीत गया सो बीत गया, अब हम एक नए युग का निर्माण करेंगे और सब स्वस्थ रहेंगे और एक अच्छे राष्ट्र का निर्माण करेंगे। तो एक बार मेरा सभी अभिभावक से जितने लोग यहाँ बैठे हैं उनसे निवेदन है कि एक बार आप सीधे बैठे, एक बार सीधे बैठिएगा और सीधे बैठ करके अपने दोनों हाथ जोड़िए, आंखें कोमलता से बंद कीजिए। सब बोलेंगे, मैं आनंदमय हूँ, मैं शक्तिमय हूँ, मैं चैतन्यमय हूँ, मेरे भीतर अनंत आनंद का, अनंत शक्ति का, अनंत चैतन्य का सागर लहरा रहा है। उसका साक्षात्कार करना मेरे जीवन का परम लक्ष्य है। ओम शांति, ओम शांति, ओम शांति। अब धीरे से आँख खोलिए। देखिए हम एक प्रयोग कराते हैं और जब तक हम उसको कराते नहीं हमको लगता है अधूरा सा है ना। एक बार आप फिर से सीधे बैठिए और जरा सा अपने चेहरे पर थोड़ी मुस्कुराहट लाइए। बहुत अच्छी। हम जैसे करेंगे बोलेंगे फिर आपको बोलना है। एक बार सब बोलेंगे हमारे साथ। पहले मैं बोल रहा हूँ फिर आप करना, जैसे मैं कर रहा हूँ वैसे ही करना। सब बोलेंगे, मैं शक्तिशाली हूँ। थोड़ा सा शक्ति आपको दिखानी पड़ेगी, लगना चाहिए शक्तिशाली। मैं शक्तिशाली हूँ। शरीर के कण कण में शक्ति का संचार हो रहा है। मैं स्वस्थ हूँ। शरीर के कण कण में स्वस्थता का संचार हो रहा है। मैं प्रसन्न हूँ। जरा दांत दिखाइएगा। मैं प्रसन्न हूँ। शरीर के कण कण में प्रसन्नता का संचार हो रहा है। मैं सुंदर हूँ। देखिए रोज बोलिए मैं सुंदर हूँ। जो रोज बोलेगा ना मैं सुंदर हूँ उसको कभी ब्यूटी पार्लर नहीं जाना पड़ेगा। बहुत सुंदर हो जाओ। मैं सुंदर हूँ। शरीर के कण कण में सुंदरता का संचार हो रहा है। मैं भारतीय हूँ। शरीर के कण कण में भारतीयता का संचार हो रहा है। अब आप दोनों मुझे अपने अपने घुटनों पर अपने हाथ रखिएगा इस तरह से और अब मैं बोलूंगा कि आपको श्वास लेना है। आप लंबा लेना श्वास लेना। 2 में आप नीचे झुकना और फिर 3 कहते ही दिल खोल के हंसना। दिल निकाल के मत हंसना, दिल खोल के हंसना तो आपको बहुत अच्छा लगेगा। सावधान स्थिति, भरे श्वास, श्वास लें, झुके नीचे, दोनों हाथ ऊपर करके दिल खोल कर एक बार और। भरे श्वास, झुके नीचे, दोनों हाथ ऊपर करके दिल खोल। पूरे शरीर में स्फूर्ति, ताजगी और आनंद का अनुभव करें। मैं पुनः आदरणीय बीबी गुप्ता जी के प्रति विविध जी के प्रति और पूरे विद्यालय के प्रति बहुत बहुत आभार व्यक्त करता हूँ और हमारी सुंदर ये संचालिका की करते हुए इस नवरात्रि के अवसर पर और चैत्र शुक्ल प्रतिपदा के आज के पावन अवसर पर नव वर्ष के शुभ अवसर पर सबको बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं देते हुए हमारे जितने विद्यार्थी यहाँ उपस्थित हैं वो दिन दुनी रात चौबीस प्रगति कर इस बाल भवन का और अपने परिवार का नाम रोशन करें, इसी आशा विश्वास के साथ ओम।
Thank you, sir. The energy that comes with your personality was very well channelized in the atmosphere and, of course, transmitted through your words. Thank you for letting us know the true meaning of goodness that is not defined by anything else but your personality and character. Thank you, and a huge round of applause for our next. And dear parents, we are now moving towards the final leg of this event. In this particular portion, we are going to exemplify the spirit with which the institution believes to work with. At Bal Bhavan, we feel that your kids are not merely individuals who are coming to study in school. Rather, they are of the prime importance to us. We try and shape their personality, as Ramesh also said, holistically. And that's very important if you want to keep your children at par with the world outside. And I'm very glad to share with you that exemplifying this spirit, the students of our school achieved laurels in the zonal competitions organized by CBSE for the session 2021-22. So a huge round of applause for all our students who have actually supported each other in drawing and comprising of a total 3 stages, beginning from zonal, then to district, and finally to state. We are glad that the student performed marvels, and this specific performance was special. Why? Because Corona and lockdown made this achievement even more tough. When it was a very tough slice to get onto, our mentors and students took this challenge as an opportunity. So now we are moving towards the felicitation ceremony, for which I request all our dignitaries to please proceed towards the stage. A huge round of applause, everyone, for our dignitaries. Well, beginning with the first competition of Hindi debate at the state level for the session 2021-22, the category of senior boys, we have our winning team bagging first position, Siddhant Wattal and Karthik Bansal. Please can we have them on stage? A huge round of applause for them, everyone. Siddhant has been a great orator and his energy has left a great impact upon the judges. Meanwhile, Karthik portrayed his thought with great conviction and complimented Siddhant. A huge round of applause for them. They are being awarded with a certificate and a cash prize of rupees 1,000. Congratulations, Karthik and Siddhant. More successful adventures for you in future. Thank you. And now moving further. For the competition of Urdu poetry in the category of senior boys, we have our winner bagging first prize, Sachin Kumar. Can we have Sachin on stage, please? I'm elated to inform you that Sachin has bagged first position at the state level. His articulations and poetic expressions took away the heart of the judges. He is being awarded with a certificate and a cash prize of rupees 1,000. Congratulations, Sachin, once again. Moving further, again for the competition of Urdu poetry, but in the category of junior boys, we have our winner, Nikhil Chaube. Can we have Nikhil on stage, please? Nikhil has been an ardent and hardworking student. His self-motivated spirit and dedication towards the competition was literally beyond any words. He's being awarded with a certificate and a cash prize of rupees 1,000. A huge round of applause for Nikhil once again, everybody. Thank you. And finally, we have the competition of Hindi declamation, the category of junior girls. And here, our winner back second position. Can we have on stage Lakshita Raj? A huge round of applause for Lakshita, an extremely dedicated and consistent performer. Her spontaneity and realistic approach towards the presentation of her content was commendable. She is being awarded with a certificate and a cash prize of ₹750. And these are the golden moments which capture a huge round of applause for her once again. I would also take this opportunity to acknowledge and express our heartfelt gratitude towards our guest owner and would request our dignitaries to please present our guest speaker for the day, Mr. Kamalji, with a memento as a token of regard. A huge round of applause for such an enthusiastic speaker. Thank you, sir, for coming here and addressing. The kind of energy that sir has given us, I guess the round of applause must continue, everyone. I would also request our dignitaries to present our eminent guest, Shri Ramesh Kanpalji, with a memento for teaching us the true meaning of goodness and beauty that resides inside us. Thank you, sir, for such optimism that it is. I thank all our dignitaries for supporting us in this and would request all of them to please take their seats once again. And now I would like to call upon stage Honorable Principal of the school, Mr. Vivek Gupta, for the final address. Please, sir, a huge round of applause for sir once again.
Very good evening to all of you. Thank you, Rika ma'am. Welcome to all the parents. And of course, we have had a very enlightening session this evening. And whatever has been shared today with all of you, I think it adds a lot of meaning to all our lives. And when you're talking about the reopening of the school after 2 years, it means that we are prepared now to send our children back to normal. And that is what is the vision with which we organize this orientation for all of you. Just few things that, Sir, Kamalji sir and Ramesh sir has also shared already with all of you. Just adding on to that, the role of parents and school and the teachers, yes, it is very, very important. And of course, as both of them, both the mentors have mentioned that we need to be the role models for our children. And when we talk about being the role models, it is very important that we understand that what we are truly the same inside and out. That is very, very important. And then only we can become the role models. Just showcasing what I am not to my child, don't think that the child is not able to see that. The children are very, very witty. They can very quickly grab when you are pretending. So never try to pretend that in front of your children what you are not. Very, very important. Number one. Number two, when we talk about the coordination, the teamwork between the parents and the school and the teachers, we have seen that example when the teacher was there, child was there, and the parent was there, and the child is perplexed. Who's right? Whether I should listen to the teacher or I should listen to the parent. But the fact remains that both the school, the teachers, and the parent want but one thing, and that is the success of the child. And that is the focus point. So I believe that let us keep the intentions into focus and not what is there outside, which really doesn't count, which really doesn't matter. So that is very, very important. Of lately, I have been meeting many of you, and when I met you, you had your own concerns, because the child has taken a step back. The child is now feeling hesitant to enter his or her own classroom. The child is not confident enough to sit in the classroom and raise hands and say, "Ma'am, I have doubt." What led to that? Yesterday, Prime Minister Sir was speaking to the children during Pariksha Pe Charcha, and a very, very simple question was there from the students to Honorable Prime Minister, that during these 2 years when we were at home, most of us are now inclined towards the gaming. We are now inclined towards the activities that are related to computers, and of course the parents are worried about it. And because of which the children are probably not able to concentrate on the academics. And a very beautiful answer came from the other side. And Sir simply said that it's not the medium. It would happen in a physical class as well. We are all sitting here physically. Some of you are watching us live. Who's attentive, who's listening is within you, it's not the medium. Maybe, 300 of us who are sitting in this hall today. Some of us have lost the track of what was being said for those 2-3 minutes. So let us not blame the online mode. Let us not say that the medium was incorrect. Let us accept that if online mode was not there, then what was it that could have been done? Let's answer that question first. It's very easy to find faults and mistakes. It's very easy to criticize things. But do we actually appreciate small things in front of our children? That will lead them to a good human being, that Sir was saying. The first lesson that a parent or a school should teach a child is the lesson of gratitude. If a child is not humble enough when he is raised, the education, the degree that he is earning is merely a degree. The child will be literate but not educated. And we want the educated citizens for this country, for this nation. And that's what national education policy has been concentrating on. And with that in our mind, we have been striving very hard for over 2 years, where we ensure that we are able to open up events for the children, where they are able to get the opportunities to try new things. But of course, the support was very important. And you have given that support to us. You gave us that confidence. Yes, school. Yes, teachers. Yes, sir. You can go ahead. We are there. We will lend our helping hand. You tell us what is to be done, and we will support the learning of our child. That is very important. The third thing that I've been speaking to my senior students, I met class 10 students yesterday, and I was speaking to them. What is education? Why are you coming to school? The degree, the certificate that you're talking about, you could easily get the same certificate from CBSE, even if you are a private candidate. But the purpose of schooling is different. What we are expecting is that you grow holistically. And the idea, Ramesh sir and Kamalit sir, they have expressed it very, very openly in front of all of us, which is very important. Children today are scared to write the examination. There has been a lot of hue and cry. They wanted to postpone the board examination. Why? What is the need? Is it just the certificate and the marks on that which is going to make a huge difference after at the end of the day? I don't think so. I personally don't think so. I've seen numerous students who have been average scorers throughout their career. And today, they are more successful, they are more powerful than those who would be 90% or 95% in their schooling in board examination. So today, the aim and the objective of education is completely changed. Let's not talk about the scores. I met another parent the day before yesterday, and they said 2 years back, my child was in class 5B. Today, he is in 8E. What led that my child is now digressing to E section? And I said, who is saying that the child is digressed? What made you think like that? We are a heterogeneous school. We are not making sections as per merit. It is the subject choice of the child that he opted in the middle class that led to the change of the section to class 6. We need to understand small decisions that we are taking, and we are trying to keep you aware about those decisions, We introduced transport. A lot of courage was needed to introduce this transport facility. We still have a lot of apprehension whether the parents will cooperate or not. But of course, with a positive will and a positive mindset that we were talking about this morning, this evening, it is the courage that we get that okay, we'll give it a try. Even if we fail, doesn't matter. And that's what we have to teach our children. No matter what you are scoring, try, don't give up. Don't give up is the lesson we have to teach to each of our children. Today is World Autism Awareness Day. Inclusivity is, we've seen that inclusive example that Kamalit Sir just shared. The children prepared this video. I just gave them the concept. I just told them that I wish that you prepare something around that and it will come beautifully when you sing along and the people see it touches everybody. Music, art is something that touches us, right? So that concept was given. I'm so proud that my children, my teachers could actually understand the vision with which I had given them responsibility, and it came up so beautifully. It takes a lot of courage. In 2020, 19th March 2020 was the last day of school. And somehow 18th of March, we were gathering the information that this was on the way. The entire day, the teachers are standing here, they're all here. And we had already initiated our agreement with Microsoft. We never knew that it was coming this way. And we never thought that we were going to utilize that Microsoft platform in this manner. We were just preparing ourselves. December 2019, we were planning, trainings were happening. January first week during winter vacations, trainings were happening. No news of pandemic, no news of lockdown at all. And 18th March 2020, we were preparing for the declaration of the result. Suddenly, class 3, 4, 5 mathematics exam could not be conducted. And me, Kavitana, and the entire team was discussing how to conduct this exam. How are we going to ensure that the children are promoted to the next standard? What grades to be given? Well, just like that, a few months ago, I decided that for recruitment, we have to take the test. Let's move it online. Let's take the recruitment test online. I used that mode. Overnight, we conducted the mathematics test of class 3, 4, 5 in online mode. When even the school was functioning, the children were not coming to the school. We conducted that. It was a successful moment. The parents appreciated it, gave us confidence. It gave us confidence. We declared the result. It was an online result. For the first time, all the results were declared online. Then moving ahead, the schools were closed. We had to move to the online teaching mode. And I was preparing the teachers that, we have to keep up with the pace. Let's get into the ICT mode and learn how we can use the flip mode in our physical classrooms. Hardly we knew that this was coming in. And the teachers were practicing, recording their videos before in the month of February and March, that training was already going on. And then suddenly, one morning, when I entered the school, I tell them that now, stop all work, we are going to be in the conference hall, we're going to have the training. Morning 9 o'clock till afternoon 3 o'clock, all my teachers were with me, without food, without water. We were trying our hands on the computer because we were trying to figure out if we are not able to meet the children, because till 31st March, government declared it's all going to be off. We wanted to start class 10th and 12th on 23rd of March. We were losing 1 week and we didn't want to lose that 1 week. So I thought that, let me start with the teachers. Let me give them a brief about it. And we started with our school on the 25th of March. Just 2 days, and the teachers are standing here. They were shivering. They were shivering when I told them that, this is how you get connected on Teams. This is how you have to switch on the camera. There were a lot of issues. I salute the courage that my staff has shown at that time. And some of them are already having, more than 15 years of experience. Never used technology in their classroom, ever. And still they, said that, so we will do it. We will do it. That commitment was not for their own selves. That was for your children. That was for their students. They wanted to give the best to the children. And the result today is that today, even after 2 years, when the children were standing here and singing the song, the body language reflected that the children are confident. And that is because the teachers did not give up, the parents did not give up, and the children joined and understood what parents and school wanted. Right? So huge round of applause for my students also. And Just want to end here with a humble note, a note of thanks, gratitude towards the founder chairman, Sir Shri G.C. Raghunji, who has seen the vision of this institution where Bal Nights will be a reflection of goodness before greatness. And I can very well say that, wherever my students will go, they will leave the impressions of their identity. And that is what is true education. It's not the board result who's going to decide their fate. It is going to be their skills that they're going to acquire at the end of the day. It is going to be their willpower and the confidence and the leadership skills that is going to take them on the top. And with your cooperation, that will be possible. I bow down to the feet of Director Sir, who has always guided us and been there for all the things that we wanted. He's given that ample space to us where we can experiment. Ma'am was talking about experiential learning. I've been talking to the teachers about experiential learning in the classroom. For me, the biggest experiential learning playground has been this school, where in the past 13, 14 years, what I did, I was given that opportunity. That's why I'm able to provide that to the children, to the teachers. And that's because of Director Sir. Because he would have easily stopped me and said that you are inexperienced, let's not do that. You have to go by my experience, but he did not do that. He said, you fall, you try, and then you win. That's it. That's the story. You will emerge as a winner. And that is the commitment. That is what is true schooling. And I want each of my child to fall, to raise, and then win. Very, very important. A note of gratitude to Ramesh Kanpal sir, to Kamalit sir for making to this occasion and enlightening, speaking to all of us and briefing us about and sharing their experiences, beautiful experiences that shared this evening. So a humble note of thanks that you have accepted our invitation to be here this evening. And of course, without saying thanks to my parents who've been there with us in all ups and downs during these 55 years of the school journey. I will not say 2 years. This is a 55 years of journey. And that journey is a journey of trust that you have given us, because of which our children are going places, right? So huge round of applause for all my dear parents who've been there with us in all the struggles that the school has been going through. And of course, my efforts, my vision, what I wanted to do, what I want to achieve is because my staff, my team understands me, replicates that what I feel. That was visible when Devika was speaking here on the dais. I was able to feel that, as if even I am speaking. I could actually relate to what she was speaking. Exactly my words, my tone. And that is what is my staff. Huge round of applause for my warriors. And the achievers, they were happy 4-5. We have a long queue of achievers. We could not felicitate everybody here. We'll be doing that in the morning assembly because we want the entire school children community to see the achievements of their schoolmates, of their classmates and friends. That commitment with which our children are moving ahead for their confidence. Huge round of applause for them as well. A final note of thanks to the entire team who has worked to make this event a grand success, a wonderful experience that we shall cherish in the longer run. The IT team, the accounts team, the support staff, everybody who's been involved, putting up those chairs where you're sitting, it takes effort. It takes effort. So for those people who are there, who are not in the hall, that support staff, because of whom we are able to conduct this show today, a huge round of applause for them as well. A humble bow to the feet of our Almighty, who has been there with us when He showers His choicest blessings on us. And I really feel humbled and thanked that, I don't know if all my wishes have ever come true or not, but I personally feel that, wherever I have needed some support in one or the other way, I have got it. Whether it is Director Sir or Kavita ma'am or Kamalji, we thought about the orientation program and suddenly it worked out. Then we thought that, let's pull in Ramesh sir also. If he'd be there, it will add the glory to the event. And of course, whenever I wanted my parents, my students, teachers to support me, it was always there. And I feel that is the blessing that I am having from the Almighty. So a humble bow down the lotus feet of the Almighty and wish that He keeps showering His blessings on all of us And today being a very, very pious day, we wish happy Navratras to all of you and a good start, a good beginning to a new session 2022-23. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you so well. That leaves me with nothing to speak for. He has covered everything that I had to say. So at least I can only say that his words have set in motion a wave of energy and passion with which we promise to work ahead. I thank our wonderful audience, all our dignitaries and guests of honor for joining us today. A huge round of applause for everybody present here. And that, my God, brings us to the end of this wonderful event. And I would just like to end with just one thought. If you want to see the rainbow, you gotta put up with the rain. Never be scared of the challenges. Thank you everybody for joining us. Have a great evening ahead.